Hey y'all, get in here, get in here, get in here. Y'all, you know why we back. You know why we back. We might talk about a couple of other things while we in here, but y'all know what we up in here for. So come on, hit the like button, get comfortable, share the video in case somebody want to gossip with us. Okay? But y'all know why we here. I got M&M's. I got a bottle of water. I'm ready. So let's go. Hit the like button, throw your like number in the chat, all that good stuff. Let me get my M&Ms open. I think I would like to have a blue one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And y'all come on in. Because we got to talk about this. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. I'm going to tell y'all in advance. Kenya couldn't help herself. We going to watch it in here. Now, I uploaded the video so that way if anybody, runs across that or after we watch the live, if you want to watch that particular her live again without having to sit through all the commentary back and forth and stuff, it's there. Okay. But right now we gonna get into this here together. We in it together. Hey Jackie Gaines, what up, sis? Thank you for being like number one. Oh, she said she wanted to can your nose grow yet. Better not. She shaved part of it off. If it get to growing back, do she get a refund? I'm just asking. Bianca the Beautiful is in the chat, honey. Happy Friday. She say hit the like button. My good sis Priscilla Clemens is here. Yep, you got me at the beginning, girl. You got me. Uh-oh, Cheryl. She done made it back. Hey, girl. Thank you for being like number 6. Jen Bunny is number 7. Hey, boo. Miss Sparkle is number 8. Yes, child. We back. Sweet beloved in the house. Hey. Thank you for being number 7. There go my baby, too feisty. You off work early? Good. Because we sure finna run our mouths tonight. Hey, Queeno. How you doing, sis? Priscilla, thank you for being number 3. Y'all get on in here. Like button, like button, like button. Aries Diva, yes, girl. We back. I'm going to try not to stay too long, but we sure back. My Peanut is back. She number 14. She going to help her mama keep an eye on this chat. Hey, Miss Weedy Pooh, how you doing? All right, Virgo Gale is back. She number 13. You want some catfish? I either want some mullet or some brim. That's what I want. If I had me about 2 or 3 mullet, about hand-sized mullet, fried up, real crunchy, with some mustard, hot sauce, and light bread, I would be very happy. Very happy. Queen over there eating good food, and the rest of us ain't got none. Hey, Shaniqua Belton, thank you for being number 15. All right, Frida, Alfreda Miller Walker back at number 16. Thank you, sis. E. Davis in the house at number 16. Hey, boo. Miss Nisi. Hey, now. Hey, Sabra Hardy. Thank you for being number 19, girl. Appreciate you, Miss Weedy Pooh. Thank you for being 25. I'm just trying to make sure I greet everybody. Everybody. My boo, Tracy Lashley is number 22. My sis, I love her so. Miss Love My Dogs too is number 24. Yes, child. Thank God it's Friday. Legina the Jackson is number 24. Hey, sis, how you? It's always good to see Legina. I love Legina. Delicia Desmuke is number 28. All right. Vita Worship. Hey, Vita. I got water. I ate some crackers. I'm going to eat some food in a little bit. I promise. But I haven't done it yet. Black Tornado. I love your name. Is this your first time live? Because this is for you and anybody else who's never been here. This is your first time on my live stream. Even if you've been in the bushes. If this is your first time talking to us, then it's your first time live. Please put first time live or FTL in the chat so we can welcome you individually and personally because we are indeed happy to have you here. Renee here, y'all. She on the phone. Thank you for being like number 12, sis. Lord have mercy. I gotta sit up and gossip with my sister. I miss my sister. That thing crazy. Vet, thank you for being number 29. Darkest Barry. Hey boo, hit the like button. I know you ready, me too. Miss Gardner. Hey sis, thank you for being number 26. DH is number 32. All right. Vita, thank you for being number 14. Best BK. Hey girl. How you doing? Listen, we blessed. We blessed. Ain't he all right? Okay. Wait a minute. Love my dogs done broiled a T-bone with some taters and scrump salad. Man, I ain't studying none of y'all. Everybody eating good and said bump me. Monica Jones, number 36. Hey now, give me shelters 37. Black Tornado was 27. Nadine Thomas is number 40. Thank you, Nadine. Auntie Eva is back. She number 35. So look, we about done got everybody. Now listen, as people come in, y'all know the rules. Here's the housekeeping. If there's anyone new, okay, if anyone tells us it's their first time live, let's make sure we spam the chat with the word welcome. Make sure everybody feels welcome. Nobody wants to feel tolerated. If you see someone you've never seen before, or even if you've only seen them once or twice, or you ain't seen them in a while, greet people. Nobody is no such thing as feeling too welcome. So make sure you're greeting people. That is super important. Okay. Also, make sure we keep our commentary on the subject for the evening. The subject for the evening is Miss Kenya Mo. She made herself the subject, and so we back to examine what she done had to say. I missed her intro, but I caught everything else. And honey, we're gonna go over what she had to say. We're gonna pick out the lies and try to figure out what's true. And we're gonna discuss it. And we're gonna kind of sit here and try to theorize as to what on earth is going to happen next. Because I do have a theory or two, but I want to hear y'all's as well. Also, make sure that you misspell your cuss words. Share this video, like this video, keep your like number. Golden Life, girl, it's been a while. How you been doing? Thank you for being number 43. And I don't have to remind y'all about the like lottery. I called numbers last live stream. Ain't nobody give me my number. I don't know if y'all just don't like my money or y'all don't like me. I don't know what this is for, but I'm still gonna tell you to keep your like number and do not play the like lottery unless you have a cash app. Okay. Cherise Williams, what up, girl? Thank you for being number 81. Miss you. Make sure you keep your like number. You know the like lottery is a scratch off. It is not the Powerball. We ain't got your car note, but we might have 5 on a bottle of Morgan and David. Okay. So please make sure if you play, keep your number. Only play if you have a cash app. And remember, if you got a number for me, I got something for you. If 2 people hit with the same number, the first person to answer me within the 2 minutes that I asked for the number, you won. Okay. Hey, Lisa Jameson, how you doing? All right. Queena says she can't remember her number. Queena, you got to scratch it down somewhere. You so busy over there eating that good food that you ain't scratched that number down. You got to scratch it down. Get your ink pen. Miss Nisi, thank you for being like number 45. Okay, not to be confused with Colt 45. I would drink one of them right now. If I had it, I would. I like a good Colt 45. There's my beautiful niece, Couture Bay. Thank you for being like number 50, dog. So look at her laughing at me. Because, see, she eating and I ain't got nothing but some sad M&Ms. And I can't eat but 1 or 2 of them before I feel sick. So, I think I've hit my quota. So, y'all, Kenya went on and went live like she said she would. I grabbed some screen recordings. I did. And we finna watch it. Ain't no point in dragging this out. Let's go on and get into it. Jabret, thank you. It don't look, I detangled like from here forward. From here to forward has been detangled. From here to the back and all this in the middle has not been detangled. So I'm still going. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord. Okay. Gemini 10 is back. When you hit the like button, the counter on the number of likes goes up. So if you go uncheck it and check it back, when you see the number it goes up to when you hit it, that's your like number. That's your like number. Okay. So let's go. Without further ado, let's get on in there. Let's get on in there. Hold on, I got to share the screen. Give me a minute to get my mind right. Thank you, Bed-Stuy BK. Gemini say I'm blessed I got good hair. You need to tell the hair some good. It don't hold a curl. If you straighten it, it won't stay straight. It ain't stiff enough to give me an afro. This hair is very disappointing. Don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. Be thankful for what you got. Because if you had this, you'd cry real tears. Hey, the Black Woman Lifestyle. Thank you for being like number 51. All right, so let's go ahead on. Hold on, let me share this screen. So let's watch, child. Y'all turn your sound up. I think I got the sound up real good.
Need to reset. That's one of the reasons why I love being here. And this is my first brick and mortar business.
Hey, Trinita.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be so truthful right now and transparent. It has been so scary. I know I'm an entrepreneur. I know I'm successful. I know I've done a lot of things in my life. But when I tell you this entire time of building out this spa and getting, even down to people like being haters and saying that the spa wasn't real or the spa, was, for show or anything like that, was totally ridiculous. So fighting the haters, fighting people that drive by and say, oh, the salon isn't open. We're open from Thursday to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Until we build up our clientele, I wanted to make sure that you guys had the most amazing experience. Thank you, Binge Worthy, Purple Hearts, if we want to see, this beautiful salon. Listen, guys, this is an amazing feat, and I'm just happy to be here to allow you guys to experience it with me. A lot of you, Team Twirl, you guys have been riding with me from the beginning of time, from when I first appeared as, Miss USA to being a Real Housewife and all of my many endeavors, my hair care line, shout out to Kenny Moore Hair Care and all of the above. You guys have been riding with me and I love you for it. So I wanted you to just have like this small tour and hopefully you'll come in and stop by, because when I tell you, this place is scary when you don't have a ton of customers or people are just looky-loos. I've even had bloggers come and make fake appointments and cancel appointments at the last minute. Some of you might even know who those bloggers are. But the way that people go out of their way to try to disparage your name or ruin your business, I will never understand it. Like, I will never understand why clickbait or using my name as clickbait. Hey, Latoya Forever, using clickbait and these tactics, stalking me, violating my privacy, all of those things. And yes, some of those things come with the job and I accept that, but not disparaging my business, not coming out over here and, literally booking up my books and then doing no shows because you wanted to see if, we were open, or you wanted to have a story, for clickbait online. It's not cool. Leave me alone. I'm a single mom. I'm out here just like anybody else. I am not getting child support. I'm not getting anything. I'm taking care of my daughter on my own. And I know a lot of you understand that. I'm an entrepreneur. So my endeavors, where I invest my money, is always going to be in myself. And so far, so good. I have won at that game. But this salon has damn near, broken the bank, because I just never knew it could be the way to try to ruin your business. Like I've even had people on Google and doing Google reviews, saying crazy stuff on Google reviews. So at the end of the day, I'm just like you. I am completely a single mom trying to take care of my child. I'm not getting support from my soon-to-be ex-husband because we're not divorced yet.
So again, you just ride with me, ride with me through this journey, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs have the same journey of putting their money out on the line and not even knowing that if it's going to work out. Someone wrote, request the deposit. At this point, we're not taking deposits. We're taking full payments because of all the hate and crazy people. There's some people are maybe just Uber fans that just want to get into the building, that just want to get
into the building, just to either see me or see the place. I wanted to share a little bit of that with you. Someone goes, the Dane, the divorce is lasting longer than the marriage. Yeah, that's true. It's been 7 years. I got married 7 years ago. My anniversary was just a few days ago. So
this has been a very, very tough week for me. Having to answer a lot of questions, from my daughter, having to just deal with all of the stresses that, just knowing that, the marriage came to an end and I have this beautiful daughter as a result of that. So I can't say anything other than the fact that I am blessed. And I just want people to stop trying to tear down another Black woman's business. Like, it's not that serious. I think that I don't bother people unless they bother me. I'm over here trying to feed my family of 2. I have a lot of responsibilities and I just don't need people just, going out of their way to disparage my, my good name. So yes, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I didn't get to 100,000 viewers, so I'm not sure if I should spill the beans on anything else. Thank you. Someone writes, we want you to win. I stay winning. It is in my blood. Everything, success matriculates around me. So I accept that. God has given me that, but I also give back as much as I possibly can. So I give back to so many charities, so many girls, just in my daily life, my ministry, what I do to help other young girls that are going through tough and difficult times. I give back. So that's just a part of who I am. I don't have to broadcast that. So again, thank you for being a part of building this empire with me. You will be seeing me. I'm not going anywhere. Despite all this stuff that's surrounding whatever this, people decide that they want to write. Thank you, Yvonne. Kenya's a winner. What up, though? 313. I love you too. Superwoman, single mom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, Drew Sidor News, period. Shout out to Drew. You know what? Drew has been amazing. Drew has been so amazing as a friend. I love getting to know her through, this platform that I'm on. And when I tell you, Drew is her thing. Just for all of my sisters in this game, all of my sisters that are out here trying to do it for themselves. I love you and I ain't going nowhere. So you guys are going to continue to support me, I hope. And somebody wrote, let's see. Someone wrote, you're awesome. We knew we loved her from the moment. It's just, someone is writing, tell Drew I said never die alone. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'll tell her. Period, hearts. Anyway, I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thank you so much. Someone wrote, Kenya, you are a true hustling woman. I definitely hustle harder than anybody else. I'm from Detroit. What else can I do but hustle? Someone wrote, the Queen of Atlanta. Kenya Moore hair care. Love you, Queen. Thank you. Future billionaire. I will take that. I will receive that. thank you so much. But yeah, thank you to all my sisters, the sisters that I work with, the sisters that are up and coming. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for supporting me. And listen, more to come.
All right. So now y'all heard them. Y'all heard them. Now we finna talk about this land heifer. Now, first of all, she came in throwing shots at the bloggers and YouTubers who have been outing her for not being open. I don't know who she talking about that tried to book a service at her salon and wasn't able to get in there, and then when it told people that the salon was not open. But that has been happening. So she swung at that person like, oh, y'all might know who the person is. I say, oh, excuse me now. That's what she said. Now, T Dollar, we don't know she not suspended. To me, I feel like she was trying to make people doubt it, but she didn't out and out say, I'm not suspended. And I find that to be interesting. Just like she did when the whole story leaked that she showed inappropriate cornucopia pictures. Sabra, do not mention other people in my chat. Like I could have swore I've said that to you before. Please don't do that. And I'm asking you as nicely as I know how. Do not do that in my chat. And I mean it. Hey, JC. Yeah, well, page 6 confirmed it, but not only did page 6 confirmed it, a few other clear publications also confirmed it. So I'm just like, girl, you doing this to yourself. Thank you, Evie. You doing this to yourself. And what I don't understand is, I just don't know. Entertainment Tonight confirmed it. Yes. So it's like, it's real. What I don't understand is why on earth you would waste your time going live to kind of soft deny it when you can't bluntly deny it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I said, when the whole situation leaked from the beginning and she could not say, I did not do that. I would never do such a thing. Even though I don't like her, even though I know her to be a liar, I would have likely believed her had she bluntly said, I absolutely, categorically deny that. I did not do that. I would never do anything like that. I would have believed her. I would have been more apt to believe her than not. But when she came out, like basically trying to give us a definition of what revenge cornucopia is, rather than to say, I simply did not do it, I knew then you were guilty. What you were doing is splitting hairs. It was all semantics at that point. And I knew it. JC said, I think page 6. Yep, page 6. Entertainment Tonight. Once them clear people start talking, they're not making up stories on you. I said the same thing about the revenge cornucopia. Once they started talking, I already knew you did it. Because those people don't play about lawsuits like that. Now, if it's a black publication, it could be a lie. Because we know our people sometimes are more interested in trying to get the traffic, the click, the view. So they might tell a lie and take a shot at maybe getting sued or not getting sued and hoping for the best. Sometimes they think a lawsuit will help their platforms. But when I see clear people reporting certain things, girl, quit lying. Okay? Say that hot, soggy, wilted word salad she just served us and told us it's filet mignon. Right. Knowing she the only one from the hood that don't know the difference. We do. Kenya just needs to go ahead and say she was never married and that she's fired. Right, because that was the other thing that threw me for a loop. Miss Thing say her and Mark is still married. Y'all, please hit the like button, thumbs up this video. Please. Okay. Who has like number 81? Give me 81. Somebody. Who got 81? Rochelle says, she just said, I'm out of a job and please come get your hair done. That's what I heard, Rochelle. That's what I heard, honey. Because I think they'll punish her, but I don't think they'll get rid of her. So why didn't she say that? She said everything else. Not only did she say everything else, she let us know that She done sank a bunch of money in this salon. And she's talking about she done put all this money in there, and she basically says from what I understood, she don't even know if she can get that money back. It costs more than she thought it was gonna cost. Oh, Lisa Davis say we know the blogger, but is she not allowed to speak the truth? If it's not open, it's not open. I agree. If it ain't open, it ain't open. You can't make the lady say it's open if it's not. Now, if she went there and it was closed and she couldn't get in there, then it was closed. You can't make nobody tell no lie. Yes, pride does goeth before discretion. Say, child, she had a live commercial to promote the salon because she gave a lot of nothing. Well, yeah, because she said if she could get 100,000 people on the live, she was gonna spill tea. In other words, you wasn't gonna spray your tea because you knew 100,000 people wasn't coming. You knew that. Okay, Gemini 10 says she is. She trying to save face for her brand. She might lose some endorsements. I hope not. But look at what's going on in entertainment. Yeah, there is a lot going on in entertainment. However, I would like to see her maintain her endorsements, and I want to see her brand grow. I want to see her salon do well. I would like to see her open more than one salon. I think she has a good concept. I just think she probably need to put a little more energy into it. I don't think nothing wrong with her salon or her concept. I just think, she might need to, change a few things. That's all. T Dollar said, I think Page 6 is dropping fake news. They were saying Brit wasn't even there. No, that is not what they said. It's because Kenya aligned herself with B. Scott so other blogs don't. Child, please. And what about entertainment tonight? Everybody out to get Kenya? Child, bye. Right, not never married. That's what they saying. Not never married is what she was. Not never married. Mm-hmm. Okay, Sabra, what you say? You say Kenya's in shock, and what the sad part is she doesn't take accountability. If she took accountability, I could see your way back, but the way he is deflecting, been avoiding, it's very poor care. Okay, yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Okay. First of all, Lord, Sean say Kenya is not as bright as she thinks she is at all. She's really not. And it's a little embarrassing. I get a little secondhand embarrassment with her trying to seem clever. Darkest Bars say, and if I'm hurting that bad, I'm at the shop 24/7, marketing on every platform, using my celebrity to really push. She opened 3 days a week, like she's a fully established brand. Girl, get to work. I think she's probably gonna have to hire some, reliable stylists and pay them a wage. And that may be the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, running businesses isn't easy. So I respect that. Maybe she don't have the capital. Maybe she thought she was going to have the money to have stylists on full time and pay a salary while she tries to build the place up. But she's saying, from what I heard and from what you just heard, she ended up spending more than she thought she was going to spend. She didn't know she was going to have to sink this much money into this business. And honestly, I think she needs this business to take off. I don't think that this business needs to fall for her. I think it absolutely needs to take off. And I don't know. I hope for the best. That's all I can say at this point. I truly hope for the best for her because she is raising a little girl and she needs that money. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something else. Hold on. Let me get some of y'all comments. I'm going to tell y'all what else that I noticed with this little presentation that Kenya did. Now, Trina say, but when you nasty and doing underhanded stuff, who wants to visit your salon? People are not going to want to patronize your business. That's true too. That can be a problem. So let me ask y'all this before I say the other thing I want to say. Do y'all think, business-wise, put the show to the side, even with the thing she did with the revenge cornucopia, do we think there's a way for her to turn this around? I personally do. I think there's a way for her to turn it around. I think she's going to have to really change the way she moves in public. Um, but I think she can absolutely turn this around. Like, people forget so much. Like, as much as the world will never let you live down certain things, considering, and this gonna sound terrible, the person that she victimized is a black woman. I think the world will forget soon enough if she moved the right way. I think she'll be okay. Honestly, with her salon, I think she can build it up and earn her money back that she put in it. Because that, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I heard her talking about how, she didn't say a dollar amount, but when she started, talking about the money she sank into the business, my heart sank a little bit, because that's iffy. When you invest in a business, like, your worst fear is not being able to at least break even or get your money back. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to make your money back. Got to. Love my dogs too. Say, because that migraine commercial she doing ain't gonna keep that business afloat. It's not. It's not. Hey, my Nikki. They don't rent booths. People do rent booths, but I think she's trying to have a spa. So if you're trying to run a spa, you don't want people renting a booth, because anybody can come rent a booth and then, like, mess up the culture of your place. So I could see her not wanting to rent out a booth, but I think she may not be financially comfortable right now paying stylists to be, you know what I'm saying, on salary. And there, because she mentioned about how hard it is to get people in the door. So, and that's real. You building up a business, people ain't gonna just show up and pile in like that. She's not Candy. Candy, as much as I may not care for Candy, Candy is a more likable person. So her fan base is a little bit bigger than Kenya's, in my opinion. Or maybe they just more loyal. Honestly, I think Candy has a bigger fan base than Kenya. And I think Candy has a fan base of people who may be, more willing to spend. And then two, the businesses that Candy has open are restaurants. So it's stuff that people can, walk in, eat, and leave, even if it's expensive or whatever. I just think, and even at that, restaurants are iffy. But I don't know. I don't want her business to close, but I don't know. She was not able to bluntly deny. She tried to subtly, like, play it off like, oh, y'all haven't seen the last of me. Girl, that sounds so much like a farewell. That sounds so much like a farewell. Too fast to say no, because it was a dumb business to open in the first place. Why would you say a spa is a dumb business? People open spas every day. Come on now. Sean say, what did Nene say? You never win when you play dirty or something like that. That's what she said. That's what she said, cuz. Bed-Stuy BK said, is she capable though? I feel like anything that you want to do and you put your mind to it, you're capable. If you care about it and you're passionate about it, you're capable. I think that she's capable. I honestly think so. T Dollar say, when the show and people see that Britt wasn't so innocent, it'll turn around, not completely, but it will. Nobody cares if she was innocent. Nobody. No, I'm gonna say this. Nobody in their right mind thinks that it's gonna matter. I'm telling you, nobody in their right mind is gonna care, because the truth of the matter, I don't care what Brittany Edie said. I don't. I don't care what she said. There's nothing Brittany Edie could have said to justify what Kenya did. I know you searching for a justification, and I don't blame you. If I was a fan of somebody who did something that disgusting and low down and dirty and filthy and irredeemable, I would be searching for a way to make it logical too. But there's nothing that Brittany Edie could have done to call for that. Unless she walked up and slapped Kenya's child, there's nothing Kenya can show me, tell me, nothing I'm gonna see on film is gonna justify that. That was disgusting, inhuman behavior. Darkest Bars say, business wise, she most certainly could come back if she moved right. Yes. If she moved right, she could, man, please, she could really take that spa, turn it into a whole experience, and start opening them things up in every major city. I think she'll be fine with that. Lisa says she sabotaged the salon. It could have been shown this season, but she messed it up. I don't know. Yep, I pray she does for the sake of her daughter, and me too. And me too, because the truth is that baby still has to live. And I will say this, the one thing I do believe that she said is that that man is not helping her with that baby. I believe her with that. Lord, sis say she got to reap. Yeah, we all got to reap now. We all got to reap. What you sow, so shall you also reap. What you put out there, you got to get back. So I got that. But there's still a child in that house. And y'all know how I feel. Trina said if she humble herself and stop doing underhanded stuff, she might be able to bring it back. But people would rather go down the street to Tiffany house where the price is cheaper. But sometimes people will show up to businesses ran by celebrities or even Bravo celebrities for a chance to meet the Bravo celebrity in question. You know what I'm saying? Sean said Candy is definitely more likable. Yes. Plus, I'm going to tell you what else Candy has on her side. The other thing that Candy has on her side, Sean, is that she has relatives who are also characters. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just they show up hoping to see Candy. They be hoping to see her aunties or her mama or her cousins. Because, you know, she had the TV show down there to the Bullets and Biscuits. Then you got to consider, Candy was able to get a spinoff at the Bullets and Biscuits. So people were able to get to know the staff and the family and different things. So people are showing up because they want to be at the place that was on the show. I feel like if what we were thinking earlier, some of us were thinking, is accurate at all, and if Candy did, not Candy, God forgive me, if Kenya had did any of this on purpose on some like get back at Bravo, which she could well have. This could have been, oh well, y'all ain't do me right, I'm gonna get you too type stuff, right? That wouldn't have been cool. Like, try to hang in there, because if she could have got a spinoff at that salon, that would have been the lick. People would have been trying to show up. She probably could have got somebody like Elgin Charles to come through and do a cameo on that show. We all love Elgin Charles. Like, you could have had, you know, some of the real people pop through there. She could have had Alonzo Arnold pop through there and have some of his clients come in. She probably could have got some of them people that be doing them rapper girls to come in there, like, you know, maybe they could rent spaces, have like a VIP, you know, section where they could rent out stuff, you know, for when they got celebrity clients in Atlanta and, you know, they traveling to them to do a service for them instead of using wherever they at. Y'all can rent a space over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff she could have did, and that itself, that in and of itself could have been a show. Is all I'm saying. JC said, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Kenya has money to lose. And she has to get stylists and people working there with credentials or popularity already. It's going to be tough. Tough, but not impossible. Not impossible. Candy's fan base is better than Kenya's. Arguably. Candy is a singer-songwriter. Yeah, but that restaurant, she ain't singing at the restaurant, but people still go. You know what I'm saying? Kenya may not be a hairdresser, but she does have, you know, name recognition and stuff like that. Say her credit must be bad. Why isn't she in Atlanta? She won't even tell people where it is. Well, people know where it is if they driving past. Didn't you hear her say people driving past the place and telling the people she closed? They know where she at. I know somebody that went over there and said she was closed that live right there in Atlanta. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to tell you. That's all I'm saying. You know, she tried to indirectly deny it, but she could, just like she couldn't bluntly deny that she did that revenge cornucopia. She could not bluntly deny that she was suspended indefinitely. Yeah, it was not righteous. You right, Bed-Stuy. Evie say, I agree with her doing it to a black woman. If Brittany do enough on the season, the GP would defend Kenya. Yeah, Brittany is a black woman, but I don't see it. I would be very surprised. Like, Brittany would have to really go to the playground and shove little Brooklyn down in the sandbox. I just don't see it. Maybe. I don't know everything, but I don't see it. Gemini 10 say Kenya would probably get on one of the Bravo spinoffs in the fall or winter. She'll be okay. I hope she can get on the spinoff. Don't forget, Gemini 10, Bravo, Truly Original, and Andy Cohen already got legal troubles. This is why this was the worst time for her to do this. These people are already in the in the courthouse like Young Thug. Them people don't need no more trouble, and Kenya bringing trouble to the door. Sean said, I think Kenya can make a comeback, yes. However, she needs help, probably. She need to find a business partner for that shop or find a mentor, maybe partner with Candy. Child, what Candy know about hair? Hell no. Candy opened a bunch of businesses and then, mm, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, that I believe that's the only truth she about told. I don't believe that man helping her with that baby. He looking to get every dollar he can get, and I don't believe they married. But I do believe in my heart of hearts that he is not helping her with that baby, and he ain't right. He is not right. Because at the end of the day, why is you tussling with her for custody and you don't even want to take care of the child? Mark is giving me he want to double cross Kenya, take that baby and get child support from her. That girl can't afford to pay you no child support. Leave her child with her. She'll feed her. Right. Yes. Sean said yes. Candy has a whole entourage. Yes, down to the bullets and biscuits. She got a whole entourage. The people want to go see the whole gang. They want to experience it. Even if the food bad, they want to be able to talk about it. Darkest Bars say what would destroy her chances is requiring a full payment before service. Ma'am, nobody's doing that. A deposit, yes. But she's such a victim in her head, she'd actually make that terrible choice. She would. Just like she told us somebody was stalking her. I don't believe anybody is stalking her. I think what she's calling stalking is when bloggers are going down there and exposing that the place ain't open. I think she's calling that stalking. And I'm going to tell y'all what else I read between the lines, because I like to read between the lines. Music fan bases are more likely to spend a coin. That's very true. That's very, very true. So remember the Black Ink show? Kenya could have made a show like that. Yes, she could have. She missed a chance. She really missed a chance. She should have tried to play cool with Bravo and tried to get a whole show off of that salon. She could have had celebrity guests pop in. Dwight Eubanks has the Purple Door Salon in Atlanta. She could have had Dwight as a special guest or something to run clinics in her place. Like, just he come by periodically to run clinics on how to do certain services or whatever. Because we all know hair treatment is bad out the door. Only thing these young girls know how to do is glue a wig to a forehead. Now, that's all I'm trying to say. You see Bianca outing her. Y'all see Bianca outing her. She telling it. She said it was closed all 4 times. That's what I'm saying. She be mad for no reason. Like, don't be mad. And especially with them saying that her reason for doing what she did to Brittany Edie was because the girl said something about your salon. Now, baby, even if you invested your money in it, it should be okay. Cynthia Bailey had invested her money in that wine room, and you was trying to throw a wrench in that. Marlo had invested her money in the little wig line, and you showed up with the marching band, Kenya Mo Hair Care. I'm just saying. People invest their money in businesses, and you kind of careless with it. Mm-hmm. JC said she had just understood bullets and biscuits. Now I'm about to fall out. Don't fall out. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Lord, Bianca really couldn't get in there. Say, I was like, I'm not trying again. And you went and got some braids. You just wanted to trim in a flat iron. Yeah, I wouldn't trust them to trim nothing or put no heat in my hair, but I would let them like wash it and blow dry it for me. But I don't live in the area. If I lived in the area, I would pay for a wash and a blow dry. You really can't mess that up. Jim Bunny Mark ain't nothing for that. He ain't right. How you got that baby over there ain't helping her, but you tussling with the mama for custody? He trying to pull a feather line. Lisa Davis say she unhinged. You think Bravo want that liability? Well, Kenya been a liability for years. All she had to do was play it cool. That's all she had to do. That is all she had to do. How did Caesar from Black Ink self-destruct? Because I didn't see it that way. How did he self-destruct? because he disciplined a bad child. And they complained because they say he whooped the dog and the dog was fine. Is that the self-destruct? Give me shelter say Kenya can have that show on OWN if she can get on OWN after these type of accusations. Like, that's why I say, like, this was an iffy one. I don't even know what made her pull this. This is iffy because other people might look at you and be like, I don't know if we want to do that. But hopefully, if she didn't completely burn her bridge at Bravo and Bravo don't badmouth her, it could work. It could work. You say if she can't come back to Bravo, but Phaedra did, so we'll see. Phaedra also didn't blow up pictures of somebody in the middle of a SEX act too, and put it in no public forum. Phaedra didn't do that. Phaedra repeated gossip. Repeating gossip and revenge cornucopia is two different things. Gina said, don't forget the salmonella paying the park and getting sick with nasty water in the sink. I mean, but the people want to see the crew at the place. They don't care about that. They obviously don't care, Trina. Think about it. Everybody's heard about the dirty water. Everybody heard about paying for ice in your drinks. Everybody know about the paid parking. Everybody done heard about the dry chicken and the funny tasting collard greens. Nobody cares. They still want to go there and see the people, and they want to be able to say they was there. They don't care. Gemini 10 say, yeah, she could have a reality show just on what goes on. I mean, like, she could actually be a star for the first time in her life. For the first time. It could work. Child, my sister took a picture of the Google thing that show your hours and stuff. And it say that she opened Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So she got 3 days that they showing on Google. So she got 3 days to make it happen. I don't know. I feel like she need more days out the week, but I think that, maybe she just in a position where she can't afford to do that right now. I don't know. Because I can't speak on that lady pocket. I don't know what she got, but she says she ended up paying more money into that salon than she thought she was going to initially pay. Say it's like she thinks she should just she should just put her name on it and it should excel without having to do any work. I think sometimes people want to start businesses and they underestimate everything that go into it. Because Kenya don't seem lazy. She don't seem like she have a clear vision, but she don't seem lazy. D. Seratinas, thank you for being like number 88. Okay. Child, Rayanne, Nene said it. She said it. I think Kenya might have gotten Bravo back real good this time, though, honestly. DB said, I just got here. What we talking about? Child, Kenya went live and tried to, like, low-key pretend, say that y'all gonna see me again, but she never bluntly refuted the rumor that she was indeed suspended indefinitely. And since we talked about it earlier, yeah, the little girl was out of control. That if I'd have had that little heifer, I'd have beat her tail too. But I don't know what he whooped the dog for. But about clear people in them dogs. You whoop a dog, child, they will string you up to the cross and walk you up Calvary. So they basically stole his whole franchise, everything from him. Mm-hmm. That boy ain't abused no dogs. He whooped the dog. That's all he did. Yeah. Okay, Evie, I hear you, baby. Lisa Davis says she could do a different type of reality show, like hair spa pageants, baddies, but she's not a housewife. Well, she never was. They should have never brought that girl on the show. She came in there with a rented boyfriend, and it's been a mess ever since. From then, we ain't had nothing but fake storylines. Rayanne says since they won't be filming her and might not show her event on the show because it's about to get legal, she wanted to show off her struggling bit. Boy, Rayanne, y'all cold as hell around here. Best I say, Nitra, what would you do if you were Kenya to fix this? Okay, good. That's a fair question. Let me think. Can we start with, first of all, I would never have blown up pictures of any black woman any woman, period, but definitely not a black woman in no actually compromising position, and put it on a poster board, showed it to the world. Firstly, I'd have never done it. But if we would do like a quantum leap and I got stuck in her position and then she was stuck in my position, the first thing that I would do, because whatever them people done decided they're going to do, they're going to do it. And if they decide to just leave her off for a season and bring her back, or reconsider, or however they're going to do it, or whether they're going to keep her gone, whatever they want to do, they're going to do it. And you cannot change their mind. You can't change their mind. So the first thing I would do is get me a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer. I would have them, tell me what my options was on my contract. Like, because at this point, I'm at the mercy of these people. Are they going to pay me out or whatever? I would get me a lawyer. The next thing I would do is talk with Carlos King. Since he said he loved her so much, I would start pitching him the idea of more hair. Like more hair and more hair. And like start pitching him the idea. I would start reaching out to people, the younger hairstylists, wig stylists, whatever you want to call them, that do the celebrities, that do the influencer girls, that do the rappers or whatever, and let them know, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Kind of like Mariah Huck has this social media space where people can do interviews, and she has a green room and a streaming room and all that. I would set up a space like that in my spa just for those people, and they would have access 24 hours a day. So that way, if they need to do somebody that's blowing through town or after a concert or something and their hair look janky, I would make sure that space was available for that. She's friends with that girl Ming Lee. I would talk to my friend, hey friend, I need to use your celebrity. I need to use your access to kind of get some of the other stylists interested in using my space like that. On top of pitching that show, I would start reaching out to people and see if I could revive the old hair show culture. And I would have a whole hair show, like a little small hair show situation there, or I would host it somewhere else and it would be hosted by More Hair. Like I would be thinking on, I have got to make this business go and I have got to make a name for myself in hair. That's what I would do. I hope I didn't blubber on too much, but that's just honestly what I would do. There's no way I would sit there like a sitting duck playing word games on social media, hoping to fool somebody that them people ain't finna come for my neck. Sean said, I ain't gonna lie, I want to go down to the Bullets and Biscuits just cause. See how that works? Just cause he want to go so he could say I went to the Bullets and Biscuits. Hey, Ivan Wynn, thank you for being like number 94. Poetic Lyrics, hey, thank you for being number 94. Okay. So I'm just saying, like, if you asking me what I would do, that's what I would do. Well, Walter was rented. He done already told it. Walt was definitely rented. Don Kilpatrick Thomas. Hey, boo. Well, that's what Candy's serving, baby, the Bullets and Biscuits. She got what you need. She got what you need, baby. She got ammo. She got a biscuit. Chris B say, I'm her biggest fan, but I'm disappointed. Whether it's Photoshop pic or not, it was just wrong and stupid that she would do this to her brand. Yes, that was not the way to go. Yeah, more hair. That's what I would do. More hair. Mm-hmm. You can go over there if you need some more hair. You can go over there if you want to see Kenya Moore's hair. You can go over there and get your hair like Miss Moore hair. You know what I'm saying? You got a triple entendre. Now I'm Kendrick Lamar. See there? That's all she had to do. So she could have asked her friend Miss Lawrence for some help. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of ways she could have went. For real. Best I say, good ideas, good thoughts. I'm telling you. I don't like the heifer, but I would have helped her. If she, called me, girl, I'll tell you what to do. Say, like LA Hair, that wasn't a bad show either. And I think hers would be more entertaining because, it's in Atlanta. Hey, Ace E. Okay. Yeah, but I think she needs to host like an old school Bronner Brothers show. I'm talking about the whole thing. I think like as much as we're seeing kind of like a little bit of a comeback of 90s hair, the sculpted hair, the updos and stuff, like if she could kind of like tap into that while the wave is kind of rising and getting ready to crest, I think that would be a real good way to lock herself back in there real hard. Thank you for being number 95 on the iPad. Hey, Be Nice. Thank you for being number 97. Say, why did she do it at her place of business? I don't know. Like, we have all tried to figure out why Kenya did it, what she was thinking, whether it was on purpose, whether she thought it was going to be cool, whether she thought Bravo wasn't going to trip. We don't know. Or whether she wanted them to trip. We really don't know what her motive was. Honestly, Be Nice. We don't. Say Derek J is another one she can contact. Yeah, but there's people who actually have like, it's some heavy hitters in the hair game in Atlanta right now. Now I heard she was working with Miss Willa, and Willa's bad. But there's also rumors that Willa's team and them was talking about her. Now I ain't gonna repeat what I heard, but there's rumors that Willa's team and them was talking about her too. But yeah, so that's that on that. What y'all think? Let me put the StreamYard in the chat. What y'all think? Now I'm gonna tell you, I have some theories about what can possibly go down after this. While I'm waiting to see who is willing to talk to me, because y'all might not want to talk to me, and that's okay. I ain't even gonna cry at all. Black Woman Lifestyle say they was filming there. They said, yeah, but why would she do that there? She could have did that anywhere. Why do it at your place of business? You could have caught them hookers when y'all was somewhere having a drink. It ain't had to be at that salon. Let me tell y'all what I think, okay? So, what I think can happen from here. Now, Bravo could do whatever they gonna do, right? You can't control them. Ain't nothing that nobody gonna say gonna change their mind. Whatever they decide to do, they gonna do. It just kind of is what it is, right? Hey, Nisha, my first supporter this stream. Thank you so much. Nisha supported the stream. This stream brought to you by Nisha 1833. Thank you for the super chat. She say she ain't know if Bravo was gonna be cool or come out of a bag on her. Sure didn't. And she act like she ain't even care. Brother say, how sweet are you, Nitra? How you would help the heifer with your nose in the air. I would help her. I ain't gotta like you to want to see you do well. A say, Nitra not saying it was right. We got to see how it unfold, but I feel like she gonna be. You can't be vindicated from that. There's no vindication from that behavior. There are certain things you do not do. There is no vindication. There is no excuse for trying to degrade and humiliate another Black woman in that fashion. There is nothing she will ever do to be vindicated. Prince B says she could still exchange words with the girl about the pic, without the pic. That's what she should have did. Because at the end of the day, even if you say something ugly, I can get over some ugly words. Because everybody done shot off at the mouth. Lord knows my mouth ain't no prayer book. But it was the pictures. Like, why did we have to take it that far? My sis love my dogs too. Sent me a cash out. She say it's for the bullets and biscuits. Yes, ma'am. I love it. But yes, thank you so much, love my dogs too. So this stream brought to you by Nisha 1833 and love my dogs too. Sean said, yeah, Kenya shot herself in the foot. You know, if Candy would have come back, Kenya would not have been brought back. Only Portia and Candy had contracts. Candy not coming back freed up money. I agree. I totally agree with that. You know, that was my theory when she popped back up, because when she was on Carlos King, she was talking like she had already been dismissed. So the fact that they brought you back, this was your chance to kind of, you know, wiggle your way into, you know, trying to parlay this into something that could actually benefit your salon, unless she heard that they wasn't bringing her back regardless. And she decided to be like, I'm going to get you then. I'm gonna draw attention to my salon one way or the other if I'm leaving anyway. So we don't know. I would like to know how that works. Hey, makeup addict, child, baby, you a whole hour late, a whole one. I'm so sorry, sugar. Chris B say she should know Bravo picks and chooses who to reprimand and not reprimand with a dummy. Not to mention the fact Bravo has already showed her they don't have a problem reprimanding her. They didn't have a problem firing her. And then letting Robert Dixon get away with hiding a whole storyline and selling it behind a Patreon wall. Think about that. Hey, just simply, she should add 1 to 2 more days. If she were to open up a space, like beautify a space, upgrade it, put a little more money in it, upgrade a space in that salon just for celebrity stylists who travel in and out of Atlanta to use for those high profile clients, that would pay her enough so that she would be able to work or have it open more days out the week. Because when I was a girl, salons only closed on Sundays and Mondays. So the fact that she closed that many days is giving, like she said it cost more money than she thought it was going to cost. I don't think she was ready. Just simply, I don't think she was ready at all. I think she underestimated what it was really going to cost her to operate that business. But since ain't nobody hit the stream yard, I'm going to tell y'all what I think could possibly happen going forward. Okay. Going forward, like I said, you can't control what them people gonna do. Whatever they gonna do, they gonna do, and you can't change their mind. Only thing move them people is money. And right now, their money is already on the line behind this mess with Andy and them clear women suing the piss out of them and him, because of what they're saying that he did. And whatever they say he did, he did it. He did it. Whatever they say he did it. See, Nisha, I love you because I be having good ideas, but don't nobody listen to me, man. I swear. Nobody listens to the crazy old lady who sits at home and eats 2 and 3 almonds at a time and 1 or 2 M&Ms at a time. See, because I do little weird stuff like that, they think I'm crazy. But Nisha, I'm telling you, my brain be rattling and working, man. I could get that girl up and running. But I don't know her and she don't know me. But if she knew me, I'd tell her what to do. Because that baby need money. Children cost money. I done raised girls. Girls cost money. And she need it. Because if not, Mark gonna try to weasel away to take her child and have her paying child support. And that would be a travesty. But with this whole thing, with how she did this live, me and my good sister was on the phone before I came in here with y'all. And what I hope don't happen is the blogger that she was kind of taking shots at, saying, oh, you might know the blogger who booked the service and then didn't show up just to see if we was open and blah, blah, blah. And kind of low-key trying to deny it, but not flat out saying I'm not suspended. If that person take offense and bring receipts, you got a problem. And it's happened before, because we saw it happen with Fallon when she was lying about, somebody seeing her with a big belly pregnant, jogging through the neighborhood with a dog, walking a dog or something. Remember, she tried to lie and that blogger busted her out. Now, hopefully that don't happen. Then there's another blogger that is routinely on Twitter who claimed that somebody done sent them receipts too. So hopefully neither one of the bloggers get offended at her denial. Hopefully they see it for what it is, as just her trying to save face. Don't take offense and just post the receipts, because then that'll be real bad again. I don't know. I feel like that could be a thing. I did hear the same rumor y'all heard that the cast wasn't allowed to be talking with her. I don't know if that's true, so that's why y'all don't hear me really repeating that, but I did hear it just like y'all heard it. Nisha say, so busy trying to be an elderly mean girl, she done played around with her paying gig. Now listen here. All us ain't elderly. Kenya is just letting the evil age her. Nisha said, I'm a cause and I'm still here now. 4 more clients to go. I know that's right. Bless your feet. Bless your feet. My favorite TT was a hairstylist. Beulah did hair for over 40 years. And back in the day, they had a term. They would say you had growing hands if you could, when you did people's hair and you had good hair treatment and their hair would grow. Um, Man, I miss that lady. So God bless you. Don Kilpatrick, do not mention other people's names in my chat. Please, y'all can assume and everything, and you just might be right. But please, I beg of you, in the name of Jesus, do not mention other people in my chat. If you don't mind. If you don't mind. Love my dog. Say I feel the same way, and I'm elderly. But I've lived long enough to know that you will reap what you sow. She'll get through this, but it won't be soon, in my opinion. Yeah, that can be tough. Sean, yeah, she said an elderly mean girl made me feel old immediately. Lord, he turned tough, man. God dang. Glad I ain't evil. Be Nice said, I have a question, Nitra, that's off topic, but I don't want to offend you or listen to bloggers or your chat, but some you cool with, and that's the one I'm speaking of. No, don't mention nobody's stuff in my chat. If it's some type of gossip about another blogger channel, please don't do that in my chat. Pretty please with a cherry on top. Please do not do that. Poetic Lyrics say, yeah, she was throwing shots at a blogger. I see Ken Doll likes to learn the hard way. Yeah, I heard her throwing the shots, and I was like, this could go wrong real fast. Real wrong, real fast. Huh? Yeah, we love you. We love you. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Everybody, everybody mess up sometime. It's cool. Yeah, she said the elderly man. Listen, y'all know how old I felt. Listen, I almost leaned into the camera like, y'all check, make sure I ain't got no lines or nothing. I got no lines, do I? Ain't got nothing going on. Woo, I was worried. I'm like, elderly man. And I was like, no, can't be me because I'm not mean. Okay. Bianca said, we know you didn't. That's right, Dawn. We know you ain't mean nothing bad, baby. It's cool. That's why I just said, please, 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 please. But y'all, that's kind of what this thing is. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just telling you, I don't know what to call it. Thank you. Y'all so sweet. Y'all can tell me the truth. I ain't gonna be mad. I ain't sensitive, to be honest. Long as you don't call me old, I could take a lot of stuff. Just don't call me old. I could call me old, but just don't do me that. And I could take a lot of stuff. But y'all sweet for saying it. Because I know right now I'm having the world's worst hot flash. My skin is shiny than I don't know what. Like I done stuck my face in some hog fat. I'm so shiny. And it's because I'm sweating. And I hate that look. But, it's hot flash time. But hot flash or no hot flash, we had to come in here and talk about this. So we just gonna have to wait and see what in the words of Celie on Color Purple, we gonna have to just sit back and wait and see what colors they put on the wall. So if they get to slugging it out, and any of the bloggers, any bloggers or any particular bloggers who take it personal and get the slanging stuff at the wall, if the colors is real entertaining, then I guess we'll be back. Okay. And since ain't nobody hit the stream yard, I may as well let y'all get back to y'all's Good Friday night. Y'all know what it is. If you did not hit the like button, Trina, yep, I never need a moisturizer like that, but I do moisturize anyway just because I don't want my pores to show. I don't want to look like Kenya. Because I could tell she didn't moisturize like she was supposed to. And it's probably because of the whole acne thing. Women's skin is just complicated. We can have some combination skin and it'll give you hell. Oh, my girl came. Wait a minute. Don't y'all go nowhere. Bed-Stuy BK. Somebody came to talk to me. Hey, Gossip News. Bed-Stuy.
Thank you so much, Seanitra. Listen, this topic is so important to me because, and good evening, everybody, because I'm relating it to the regular women, regular folks on the job. When you do these kinds of things, you jeopardize your income and you jeopardize your family's well-being. Now, as you said about 10 minutes ago, she could have done that someplace else. She didn't have to do it at work. She didn't have to do it at her place of business. And she didn't have to do it when Bravo was filming. So
Right.
she, in her own way, she made them appear to be complicit. And with them having all these other issues out here right now, they look guilty. And that was where she messed up. And I thought her statement tonight was vague because they probably told her, we don't want you to have any comments on what we're doing. This is something that's under investigation. And until we complete our investigation, we expect you to have no comment. And you are so right. They're going to do what they want to do when they want to do it. There's nothing you can say at this point.
Yeah, you can't change their mind. They're going to do what they want to do. So now they asked me what I would do if I was in her position. I'm going to ask all y'all in order, in succession. What would you do? Bed-Stuy BK, I know in real life you would never do that to another sister. I love you and I know your character. You're not that kind. But if you were dropped into her shoes now, after the act, what would you do if you were in her shoes right now?
I think I would be quiet. And if I were going to speak, the first thing I would do is apologize. Admit that I was so stupid and so foolish and so caught up in my own feelings that I didn't consider my co-workers. And I was wrong for that. That didn't happen here. And if I have it right, I was told that because all of this, whether this gets aired or not, is not going to get aired what happened in her shop. And so all the people who got dressed up and invested in stylists and makeup and all of that, they're not getting paid. So she also put her co-workers in a position where they're not getting compensated for their labor. So you have people annoyed at you because they pay for all of this, the wardrobe, the makeup, the showing up, all the pretense. Yes. So now they're not going to get paid because it's not going to get aired. We know it's not going to get aired. It's just
let me ask you this. Because I never thought about that. So you saying Bravo is not going to pay them? They showed up in good faith to film.
Right.
They did their part.
Right.
So we went through all that, showed up, film part of it. She showed her tail. Now, don't nobody get their money?
No. And you know what? And let me tell you something else. Whatever she had to, so you know when you host an event and it's a business event, you expect to get refunded or write it off or whatever. That's not going to happen now either. There's a whole camera crew that is in there with you. Who do you think is paying for all of that?
Oh, hell no. I ain't think about that part. See, that's why I be wanting to talk to people. Let me tell you something. If I had spent my money on glam hair, fashion face, shoes, transpo, showed up, and Bravo went to talking funny about not paying me, I'd have beat Kenya behind. I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry. My hand to God, I'd have beat her tail.
But think about it. If it doesn't air, what are you getting paid for? You're just not going to get compensated. This is what I'm understanding is.
But them other ladies didn't do nothing to cause this. This is too much, too feisty. Too feisty.
Well, that's why I believe she is suspended. Because someone has to pay the price for this bad decision.
Well, if they suspending her for paying a price, then they need to take the money they suspending her and pay them other girls, because somebody would have to pay me.
Well, they're going to pay, what you call it, Brittany Eden. They're going to pay her. No, they're paying her.
Who is her?
They have to. They have to pay her.
Who?
What's her name? Edie. Brittany Eden. The one.
But not just her. All them women showed up. If me show up and I done spent my money to get there, Bravo will have to pay me. Bump that.
I agree with
you
you.
told me this was a paid scene. I spent my money out my pocket because you assured me I was gonna get paid. Oh, you gonna pay me? I don't care if you got to suspend her. I don't care if you got to put her in a Bucci mix blender and juice it out of her bones. You gonna pay me?
I agree with you, but all that has to be negotiated. And if that's not in your contract, that every time I film, I'm compensated, whether it airs or not. That is what's on the table.
It ain't about if it air or not. You listen, when they have paid scenes, them women know that in advance. If this is a paid scene, so much so that they would tell them you have to show up because we're filming. So if you done told me I got to show up because it's filming and I do everything I'm supposed to do and I come out my pocket, try not to pay me.
It costs a lot to be a housewife.
Hello, good night. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here would probably be the first time Andy Cohen will get a foot in his tail. Because I don't play about my coin. Now I'm
Well,
good.
that would explain why they were so angry.
I'm generous. I'm kind-hearted. I'm all of those things. But what you're not finna do is rob the kid. You're not doing that. I will beat you behind. Too feisty.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get too feisty. I'm gonna come back to you. Hold it. Hold that one for me. Okay. Too feisty. If you was in that spot, what would you do? Hey, DT.
Well, before I get started, let me first apologize for my hoarseness. I've been hoarse for a few weeks now, so hopefully everybody can understand what I'm saying.
Girl, we can hear you. Don't you apologize. We're going to pray for the Lord to strengthen your throat and heal you in Jesus' name. Now, tell me what you think.
Being that you are from Ocala and I'm from the Muck, you know, hell is different for us as opposed to people who are not from Florida. So because I am self-aware, I tend to not go there off the cuff. I tend to not be reactive because I understand that we just argue different. We just are real different in times of discourse. So because of that, I would not do anything such as this. This would not be something I would do off of a petty argument. However, in the event that I'm human and I made a serious error such as this, after taking the correct counsel from my legal my legal team, I would offer a sincere apology and seriously atone. Just because like at my core, I make mistakes, but I try to be a good person. And I think that's where you start.
Start with taking accountability and apologize and all like that.
I think that's the only place to genuinely start, especially when there's a pattern of behavior leading to such incident, and you have been trying to make it a point to say that you've changed and you're not like this anymore since becoming a mother. I think the only place to demonstrate that you are indeed different is to apologize in a way that you have not done in the past, when you have done things that have offended people and disrespected people in the past. You've also not apologized. If you sincerely want to demonstrate that you are a changed person, let's start by responding differently to people saying, this upset me when you did this. You know, you're right. I wouldn't have enjoyed or appreciated someone doing that to me. So I'm going to apologize to you for that. Let's start there.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. And I think it's fair to say that when you do something this wrong, it's important not to start it off, well, you did this and it upset me. I think in order to truly take accountability, you got to take accountability for the fact in total. It don't matter what you did. What I did was out of bounds. It don't matter how you conducted yourself. I should have held myself to a different standard. I should not have done that to you in retaliation for anything that you could have said. Nothing that you said justified what I did. Like, you have to take yourself all the way out of the blame game and playing silly, because that, I think if she tries to go that route, it's just gonna get worse. Gossip news. Hey, nephew. Let me get gossip. I'm gonna come back to you and Bed-Stuy.
No problem.
Hey, baby, what you think?
I think Kenya needs to apologize.
Hey, nephew. Wait a minute, baby. You got a whole who got an echo on me? I guess it's gone. Go ahead, gossip news. Was that you?
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was me.
Okay. Well, come on, baby.
But I do think Kenya needs to apologize because this is supposed to be the new
I don't
rebrand
think it
of
was me.
real.
Okay. Well, come on, baby. Mm-mm. Go ahead, sweetie.
But like at this point, this is the darkest that Atlanta has gone. In like, well,
Ever.
not dark, one of the darkest.
The darkest. We ain't never seen nothing like this.
Not like this. We have never seen someone go and printouts of someone doing
And
their
act like that.
act like that, and then to be like, well, she threatened me with a gun. That doesn't mean you go out here and be posting out this woman's business.
And here's the thing: the young lady said that was never said. We don't know that young lady ever mentioned anything about a firearm. You know, we ain't supposed to say the G word.
Oh, the G word. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's just I'm with you though. Like we
But
ain't never seen it this bad.
and here's the thing: Kenya has always gotten away with this. She's insulted. Let's see. She promoted Nene several times. She went at Portia. If we all remember, she was the main one that's talking about, well, I can't control someone's actions when they're upset, but you were waving a scepter in her face and basically put a bullhorn in her face.
Yeah, she was.
She provokes people to react, and then she plays the victim.
Let
So
me ask you this, nephew. Do you think, because this is just what I can read off Brittany Edie from me, her personality and different things surrounding, you know, her actions, the fact that we found out the cousin in question is supposedly her cousin, her male cousin that keeps showing up to filming and recording stuff with his cell phone and leaking it to people. Do you think that Kenya got frustrated because she wasn't really able to provoke Brittany? Brittany seems like she's a provocateur. If
she
that makes
does.
Yes, she seems
I can sense
very
that.
much, yeah, very much a provocateur. I think that Kenya might have been trying to do her regular stuff and it wasn't working. And maybe this girl provoked her. Maybe that's why Kenya felt the need or felt like urged to kind of up the ante, like, okay, this will provoke her. I did this and this and you didn't care. I bet you don't care about that type stuff. I think those two, because I'm hearing that they've been kind of sparring, like they've been going back and
I've been
forth.
hearing that too.
Yeah.
And like we all know Kenya. Kenya can throw the throw the dirt, but
But
she
she can't
doesn't
take
like it retailing back on her. So
it.
if she was trying to provoke Brittany and Brittany wasn't taking it,
And instead,
then
she was needling Kenya
right. So Kenya
because we saw
literally
last year with Courtney when somebody was needling and digging at her, she don't take it well because Courtney gave it back as good as she got, and
right,
Kenya like she did everything but cry.
right. I mean, and this is basically Kenya's personality. The fact that Drew and Portia and Samia are all in there giving her support, it's giving like, why are you supporting her when she's literally stopping you all from getting your money? Because I don't think they're going to air that episode. With
So
the
do you
fact
think that these ladies still deserve compensation? Because I do. They
I
did their
do
part. If they were told that this was a paid scene, that
look,
production was filming, so they had to be there. This is a cast scene. We're getting paid. If they did their glam, their hair, their transportation, their fashions, and they got there, they came in good faith. They filmed up
right.
until she did what she did. There's no way that these ladies should not be compensated. I just
I
feel like if
I
Bravo does that, that is inexcusable. And I'm sorry, in my opinion, that should be actionable.
I feel like at this point they do need to get representation. They need to get compensated for this because at this point,
Yes.
because
Take it out
Glam
of
Squad
Kenya's
is
money. You owe Kenya some money. Don't pay her. Just be like, look, this is how we gonna punish you. Like, I wouldn't care if they just did it like that and said, okay, we're gonna suspend you for a few episodes, or your last episode of the season. We gonna take the money we owe you, and we got to pay these ladies for this scene because they showed up
right. You
at the
see,
best
you
of
got
production.
you got Portia, Shamia dressed up. You got Cynthia came
Cynthia.
out. You
Mm-hmm.
have
You
Drew.
got Kelly. You got
Got
Drew
Kelly,
and the new
Drew,
girl Angela,
and
Charles Oakley,
Angela.
and
Right,
Brittany.
And
All these
Brittany.
women did what they were supposed to do and showed up at the behest of production in good faith,
Right.
prepared to film. Every one of them
And
needs to be paid because now
they need to,
that's where you lose me.
they do
You
need to
start
get paid
talking about
because
taking people money.
they do need to get paid because at this point it's like because of Kenya's actions, that episode, if they do air it, they're gonna probably cut out her scene. Because I don't think Bravo's gonna be brave enough to air that out.
No, with the lawsuits they already got in play, no.
Right, because at this point, if they Brittany can sue for she can sue for defamation of character, but apparently you can't really
But
sue your
not defamation.
co-star.
Mm-mm-mm. Defamation has got to be something that you can prove is untrue, that's damaging you, that's causing you financial damage or harm, or damage
Wait,
or harm. Period. Right. So this
true.
wouldn't be something that's untrue if they got this from somewhere where it was previously published. But what she
Right.
could get them for is this is a hostile work environment.
It
Look at what's
is.
going on. They are employees of Bravo. This is your co-employee. This is your
Your fellow
coworker,
co-star,
your coworker, your co-star. You are
co-worker.
at work. You can't walk into your office and bring in pictures from where one of your coworkers used to be on what's the little nasty sites they be doing, OnlyFans or something, and show up in
OnlyFans.
the office. If you do that, you're gonna be out of a job.
Right, and Kenya should have known better.
Yes, she should have.
Because at this point, if you're going to tell me that it's okay to do this to a coworker because you can't provoke her,
yeah, don't say nothing about her salon. She gonna get mad and start doing stuff she ought not to do.
Right. And like I thought when she was going to go live, she was going to take accountability, and she didn't. I'm like, one, if they're telling you to stay quiet, you should stay quiet and not get involved. Take your suspicion, let them do the investigation.
And see how they gonna resolve it. Because hopefully, like if they do a small suspension and she lose some pay for it, that's still some discipline. I could live with it. I ain't in love with it, but I could live with it. Especially if the loss of her funds is to pay them women that losing money because of her mess.
Right. And if they decide to just cut her out of the season,
like for the rest, maybe going forward or something, the next few episodes.
The next few episodes, they might decide to. Right. Like if they decide to cut her out for the next few episodes, that's on her for her actions.
I think anybody can sue for a hostile work environment, because even if it's day labor, you have an agreement to be there working at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, anybody can hit you for a hostile work environment. I'm sorry.
Can I jump in right there with that last comment? Even if there isn't already an established HR department that does designate what the work environment should be, you can always still sue no matter what, because we live in the United States, we have certain rights, and we also are a country of labor laws. You can't just expose people, like, for example, the lady who's suing Kanye because of the environment that she was in, dealing with him and his company.
Yeah,
you can always sue in this country. Yeah, you can always sue, but most reputable companies already have an HR department that you can go directly to.
Bravo has HR. We heard about that.
They are network. NBC Universal. They are.
They have HR. Sabra popped up. Sabra,
can you hear me?
Sabra, same.
Can you hear me?
We hear you. Same question.
Two things.
Hold on. If you were
this whole debacle took some of the heat off of Porsha. That's one. The second thing is Atlanta is a world-renowned hair mecca. It is very serious about its hair.
Sabra, can you hear me? Because it's like I'm talking and she can't hear me.
Maybe there's a delay.
I thought she could hear you. She said
I thought she could, and then she couldn't. Sabra, are you able to hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I on?
Yeah, you on now, but I had a question and you just went off on a tangent. So the same question. Hold on.
Atlanta is a mecca of the hair show.
Deborah, same question I had for everybody else. If you were in Kenya's position right now, what would you do?
Wow. It's like she burned the bridge right from under her. I am thinking 3 days a week she has to redeem herself. She has to offer services spectacularly. She has to do manicurists, estheticians. She has to have people come in there and really show off the place, because she missed the opportunity at her grand opening because there were publicists there from probably Black enterprises, Black hair care magazines. Atlanta does not play when it comes to hair. She blew up her own spot. She is going to have to come through with...
And as far as Bravo, how would you handle that if you were Kenya?
Bravo is a business. They are already bleeding money from all these lawsuits. They are paying more for their lawyers than they are the people that run that company. And they're going to start chopping heads. At some point, it is not feasible and it's not viable to keep people that keep on making them hire lawyers. Nobody wants to keep hiring lawyers.
But if you were Kenya in that position, what would you do with Bravo? If you were in that position?
Right now, she did that live. She continues to shoot herself in the foot. The first thing I would have done is I take accountability for what I did wrong. And I'm ready to redeem myself. I'm going to apologize to Britt. I'm going to apologize to my coworkers. I was dead wrong. I've been acting like a child, and I'm going to grow up. And this is the last time I will ever do anything like this. I apologize to the industry leaders in hair care, because I know Atlanta is serious about their hair care. I am sorry. I would have been crying. I would have been embarrassed. I would have said, I am so embarrassed at myself and my behavior. I'd have groveled. Have groveled and cried and did some of everything on the ground with my knees. And that's how she should have came out. But this is going to be rough.
That's a good point. Now, Bed-Stuy BK, because I got to get back to you, because I know you had some stuff to tell me. You had a pen put in something. Give it to me, Bed-Stuy. Come on, sis.
Okay, so you were talking about, and I loved your ideas. They're great ideas. But I know from following you and from the time we've spoken, it has been a situation where we know that righteousness is important. That you've got to come in with good energy and be positive and loving and welcoming. This is her business that she brought that darkness into. Yeah. And so she needs to redeem for that. She used her own place, her own space to be destructive. And she destroyed not only this woman who has her side business in exposing whatever she thought she was going to expose, but I believe that her co-workers are now not being compensated for the work and the efforts that they putting in. And I think you just created an angrier environment. You did such and such, and it cost all of us. And that's the bigger problem. Now, I know the camera crew is going to get paid because they're unionized.
Yeah, my thing is them ladies, we can't short their money. Can't short their money. And let me not skip past Dina. Dina is citing law. I don't know what state she's citing the law from, but I still feel like, to be honest, I don't really care about that part. I'm more concerned with them ladies getting paid, because Brittany Edie gonna do what she need to do for her.
Right. She's
I'm trying to figure out if them girls that went and did their hair and nails and glam and stuff is gonna get paid.
Seanitra, if it's not negotiated in your contract, this
is one of them things that would have never came up in a contract. So when things come up that are not covered in the contract, that was never negotiated on one side or the other, then it's open to be litigated.
I was going to take you there.
You can litigate what's not.
So the sister
I
was just up
failed out
here
because
said,
you don't pay
who
me for
wants
going to them
more
people.
and more lawsuits? So this is more lawsuits. I wasn't paid for the work I've done.
They'd have had to pay me.
Well, they would have
They'd
had
have
to pay
had to
us.
pay me.
But that means I
Now
have to
that's
get a
all I'm
lawyer.
saying.
It's
You said
unfortunate.
they had to pay us.
That's right. No,
Now,
it's unfortunate. It's
now,
unfortunate.
baby girl, look at this here. Listen. Gossip news too feisty. I want to hear what y'all got to say too. Y'all ain't got to live on the mute button. Baby girl said they paid per episode, not seen. I don't know why we thinking they're not gonna get paid. I wasn't thinking that, but when sis was talking about the fact that they not gonna show that scene, it might affect their money. I'm like, listen, that's what they scared
Well,
me. But that is a
you know
very
what?
good point. I don't like to hear about people not getting their money.
Yeah, we're on the same
Right.
page. But it might not be a situation of them not getting paid for that scene. Well, no, you know what? We got to remember, since the old days of Bravo and Housewives have changed, where they get that big lump sum either the beginning and the end of their contract, where they get all
But they
these
getting
hundreds
paid
of
per
thousands of dollars
episode. Too
per
fast. You
episode.
gotta
So
wait.
if it, no, I know I
Paying
was
per
going to say that.
episode. The baby
If
made
it
a good
don't
point.
air, if it don't air, if the episode they already filmed doesn't air and filming is suspended, and they decide to pivot what the storylines are going to be, because I'm assuming if filming is suspended and there's going to be some more cash changes, whatever the existing storyline or status quo is, it might change. So those who are at the front might not be at the front of the line no more, and that might affect their pay.
Well, no, they can't. They can't renegotiate what you done already agreed to pay people. Now they may have to do something with Kenya because she went way out west off the reservation. But the rest of them people's contracts is already signed, honey.
But this is what I
Unless
mean.
they gonna trash that season, they got to pay them people. Now the
But
baby
this
made
is
an excellent point. They do get paid per episode because they remember that's how they tried to mess with Lenithia's money. Well, we just gonna put you in less episodes because they do pay per episode. I'm glad she reminded me of that because that really had me chewing on my bottom lip. I'm trying to figure out is y'all gonna steal these people's money because they better use
yes.
the rest of that episode. They better just cut that scene, pay play everything else that happened in that episode, and then okay. I still think it's kind of messed up that they spent money to get glammed up, and it kind of just flew the coop. But as long as they're gonna get their money. But as far as their contracts, I'm not worried about that because them contracts is written in stone. It would really take an act of God to get Bravo out of paying them. They're gonna have to pay that.
See, this is what I'm thinking. If they do air the episode, they're definitely going to cut out the whole Kenya.
Right.
They're going to cut out Kenya's part about what happened at the event. That's definitely going to happen, which means whatever money she would have gotten for that would be cut. She'll just get the whole episode, but not that part. If it's a paid event, because you got to figure it out. She's getting paid for food, drinks, decorations, all the above. You ruin your own event airing. You get suspended. Of course, they're not going to air it. Mind you, we've seen where they have aired more dark storylines.
No, we ain't seen nothing darker than this. I don't know what you keep talking about. More dark.
Okay, not dark, but this is darker. This is more. I'm trying to think of the right word I want to use. It's what's the word I want to use? What's the word I want to use?
Salacious?
Yes, fallacious. This is more fallacious than
not with an F. No, please don't fellate nobody. Salacious.
No, salacious.
No,
I'm sorry, I'm hoarse.
Because he was sliding on me. Don't slide that way now. Come on back.
Salacious.
Yeah, because the phthalate is what caused all this in the first place. Somebody was phthalating something. So don't do that. It's salacious. Yeah.
Salacious. This is very salacious of Kenya to do. And it's just going to make this even worse because now it could be the fact that now if she does get back to airing, this is going to cause a bigger issue on the show. Because now you're going to be people going to be picking sides. You got the newbies. You
What
got the
side? There is no side. Right now, gossip news, nephew. The scuttlebutt is everybody's pissed with Kenya. That's the scuttlebutt now. That everybody is pissed with Kenya. So there ain't no sides to pick. I can tell you one cotton picking thing, and that is even if they say, okay, we just gonna sit Kenya down the rest of the season, maybe we could bring her back next season. I don't know if they will try to do it like that. However, like I say, whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna do. But even if they go that route, Kenya gonna be she gonna be the storyline for the rest of the episode, for the rest of the season.
True.
She gonna be the storyline. They'll get rid of you, and you gonna be the talking point.
I wonder how they're gonna.
Hey, that's really good.
Hold
that's
on,
a good thought because they still get the ratings, and she don't have to be there. And they don't have to pay her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gossip News was about to say something. Gossip News, say what you finna say, and then L'Oreal gonna give us what she got.
I'm wondering how they're gonna do the reunion, because if they just cut her out the rest of the season, she may not even show up to the reunion.
That's true.
They may just tell her, "You're not coming to the reunion. You're done for the season."
Hold on. We got one more person, but I don't know who this is. Let me try to get a handle on it, and then see if it's somebody we know. JT.
Hey. Yeah, I'm new. I've never joined before, but I just want to get in.
All right. I tell you what, I'm gonna pull you back down to the backstage. I'm gonna need you to turn your camera on so I can see you, and then I'll bring you back up. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Go ahead, turn your camera on. Let me get a good look at you. Because people do funny stuff on YouTube. Turn your camera on, JT.
Sounds so familiar.
Don't sound familiar to me.
I don't know why it sounds familiar to me for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Turn your camera on, JT. I know you can hear me. Okay, so until JT turn that camera on, we just gonna keep talking. Maybe he gotta, get himself presentable or something. Okay, but go ahead, L'Oreal.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, girl. What's going down?
So, are the rumors true? Are the rumors true? Because to let Kenya tell it, ain't nothing changed. So I've been seeing that production has stopped and that she's supposed to be suspended and with no date.
Now listen here, sis. Now I played her live at the beginning of this live. I also uploaded her live on my channel so you can go check it. Now she didn't say, "Oh, it ain't true." What she did was say, "Y'all ain't seen the last of me, regardless of what somebody wrote." I don't know who somebody is or what they wrote. Now I pulled Mac up, and Mac done disappeared. Mac, where you at? Come back. And the people are saying it, and not just black people saying it, not just bloggers saying it, not Entertainment Tonight has reported it, and so is Page 6. So if you gonna ask me what I think it's pretty much written in stone.
Hey. Do you think they stopped production for the whole thing? Because I had said it.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Because I had said that, didn't I?
You did. Hey, Paige, this ain't no hair on me. This the hair that come out of me. That's the hair that come out my head. I don't have no hair on me.
See,
it needs to be done, but it's mine.
If they did stop production, this is just gonna make it even. I mean, they said they stopped production for Porsha because of the house thing. Now you got this. It's now giving like we're not gonna. If we do get the season, it's gonna be further down the years.
Hey, darling, JT, if you want to turn your camera off, back off, you can. Auntie had to make sure you was a real person.
All right.
People be doing you wrong up here. Okay. I figured you had to get decent before you could turn the camera on. Because we don't want you. Listen, we don't want you to run these old women blood pressure up. You a young man. We don't need you to run their pressure up. So you got to put a shirt on.
No, I was
now y'all give me. I was about to tell everybody to hold their horses, and I want you to tell me what you think.
No, so I was going to say I've been listening to a few different lives on this today. I was just watching another blogger that I watch. I don't know if you want me to say any blogger's name. Okay, well, it's another blogger I watch. She's credible, and she just posted. She just recently posted. She said she had a picture leaked from the actual party of what Kenya posted. And
Mm-hmm.
pretty much a Photoshop of the girl picture with a penis next to it, next to her face. So it was like a Photoshop.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it wasn't like her doing nothing. It was like a Photoshop. It was like the picture that we've been seeing of her, like her promotional picture with like a
Mm-hmm.
her face.
Okay. If that is true, that's still disgusting.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrong and disgusting and childish, which is on brand for Kenya. That's definitely on
Exactly.
brand for Kenya. Yo, real quick, we got a supporter, Bed Stop
Yes.
BK, my good sis, who is up here talking with me. I love her so much. Thank you for the super chat. She says, "Thank you, Nitra, for spending your night with us. Appreciate you so much." I appreciate you back. Thank you. I love you. Okay, now JT, what else you think? Tell me everything. You think.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Kenya.
Okay,
I ain't gonna lie. So
ain't no crime. Ain't
yeah,
no crime in liking Kenya.
There's no
yeah,
crime in liking her.
I think Kenya is misunderstood. I do think that a lot of stuff that people provoke her and then she responds back, and when she come back, it's kind of like, yeah, you hit me with, a little, you gave me a little tap, and then I came back with a 2x4 and knocked you upside your head. That's how she come back, and people like, oh my gosh, she has to do all that. But I don't know. I just get her, but I do think like her posting. If she had posted the girls her actual news and stuff, I think that's wrong. I just think this. From now that I seen what she did, I just think it was childish. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah, and the person who showed that,
Yeah.
until I can vet it, and because nobody that I know that's close to the situation has said that or
Mm-hmm.
shown that, and ain't none of them got that. So I don't know. I got to wait till I see it, then I have an opinion on it.
Well.
What I will say
Mm-hmm.
again, ain't no crime in liking Kenya. Kenya is a woman like every other woman on the planet. So you don't have to apologize for liking her just because I don't like her.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get that some people get her.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I get her. I just don't like her.
Yeah.
I understand her just fine.
Right.
I don't like people with those kind of character flaws. I don't like people who lie. I don't like people who are childish and petulant at 53.
Mm-hmm.
We're both Aquarius. So it's like I have some of those same traits. Or let me say this. I had them when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
At 14, a 14-year-old Nitra, you hit me with a pillow, I hit you with a brick. By 24-year-old Nitra knows, hey, I got something to lose. Maybe I don't want to crash my whole life out because you hurt my feelings or you offended me. By 34, I'm not going to crash my life out because you did something that offended me. I don't have anything to prove. By 44, you out your rabbit A mind. You not going to trick me off the street. By 54, you a goddamn fool. You don't get to be 53 and respond like a 13-year-old, and I'm going to pat you on the back. Now, at that point, you either need counseling, deliverance, or medication, or a combination of the three. That's why I don't like her. It's not because I look at her and it's like, oh, you're just not good enough. That's what she think about herself. So I get her. But what I don't get is how your character can be that bad and you're always the victim.
See,
like at some point, because I used to, when I tell you my hand to God, I used to move like that when I was a child before I became a grown woman and a professional and a mother and a wife.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, at what point do you recognize that you're not a victim and you have choices? You can do something to offend me and I can choose to behave like an adult. I can choose to deal with you in a way that neither one of us have to crash out, and it can still be with finality. I can still deal with you in such a way that I bet you'll never cross my path again. But this,
Can I just jump in right here too?
Hold on, I want to hear what JT got to say. I'm gonna get back to you.
Oh, no problem.
JT took a minute to put a shirt on because he didn't want to scare y'all. You know what I'm saying? He didn't send y'all into a frenzy.
But I will say this though. For everybody on the panel, do you feel that maybe her, like I look at, like I was talking to one of my friends, I said I look at Kenya and Dr. Heavenly is kind of the same. They put on these antics, but I think in their mind is more for, hey, we got to play up something so we can make good TV. And I feel like a lot of the antics that they do is for TV. and it's to play it up to make for good TV. Because let's be honest, when we watch these reality shows, we're not watching to see a bunch of women getting along and going out to lunch and having fun. We watching it for drama. So I think
I'm not.
like we got to start some drama to get some
I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm
I
not.
mean, this
When
is how.
I started watching Atlanta, it was because it was cool, and if it was drama, it was light drama. It was girl stuff. It was, oh, I know you ain't put that on, girl. Who did your hair? It was never, let me show a picture of your face with male genitalia. Like that was never what I was watching for. I was never watching for her to be waving stuff in Portia's face and trying to provoke the girl. I was never watching to see her flirt with another woman's husband. I was never watching to see her scream coochie crack 10,000 times. There's so many things that I promise you I was never watching for.
See, this is how I feel. I feel like Kenya has always came up with the idea that she needs to make herself feel better than everyone else.
And why
I
is that? Ask yourself that. People who already know that they're enough, they don't have to constantly do that.
right, and I think her bit. I don't want to blame her abandonment issues. I think it plays a factor, but she's always been that way, even before we found out about that. She's always been, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna treat you some type of way that makes you blow up, and I can play the victim card and
Yep.
people win on my side. She's learned how to do that over years.
And she's done it repetitively to the point where it's literally predictable.
Hmm.
And if it was just funsies like a Benny Hill sketch, well, I might be telling my age. I know a lot of y'all ain't watched Benny Hill. What did y'all watch? Mad TV? Y'all watch Mad TV, didn't you? Okay. So if she did it like repetitively like a Mad TV sketch and then it was kind of funny and oh, look at that Kenya, she's being a rascal again, I think we could handle it. It's the depths that she's willing to go, and then there's never accountability and she's always a victim. I think that's what kind of rubs folks the wrong way slightly. Too Feisty was about to say something, right?
Yes, I was just going to offer
Okay,
a different perspective.
go
I
ahead.
think a lot of people are so focused on what the possible conflict is between she and Brittany. I'm saying perhaps she's caving under pressure. Um, the fans have given her a lot of credit over the years for carrying the show. She's never really carried the show on her own. There's always been a ton of heavy hitters in
Yep.
place at the same time. And this is a crucial season for them. And she wanted to be the anchor. She fought hard to be the anchor, and it's
And
not
she don't have
easy
what it takes.
to be the anchor. And it's quite possible that she's pulling out every stunt that she can, thinking it's going to impress production and the fans, and has not really thought, oh, this ain't a good look. And also, too, I think she really wanted to get her salon filmed this season because they didn't film it last season. So she knew she had to pull a stunt at that salon to get it on camera. She didn't think she was going to do too much, though.
I I agree with you on that part
Hmm.
because when we see Kenya on the show, she's always had candy.
Hmm.
It was like the last
She's
few
always
seasons.
had somebody to play off of Gossip Girl.
Right,
Somebody.
right,
Either she had a fan favorite that she could be the villain to, like I'm gonna be the yin to their yang type thing, or she
right,
had somebody that she could kind of buddy up with and gang up on somebody. Like she played the villain, and I feel like it's almost a cheap shot to
right,
tell people you don't like her because she has to play the villain for the show. I think we've all accepted, and I think we're all intelligent enough and aware enough to understand that production has pigeonholed her into the villain role. We watched
right,
last season. That girl tried to pivot out of that, and they would not allow her. They wouldn't even show her salon. They didn't. They did not give her a fair shake at all. I said
right,
it then. I'll say it now. You can put it on my tombstone. So we get that they have pigeonholed her into that. We've heard from Carlos King in the past that she was just, she was production's dream because anything they would tell her to go do it, like she would just, jump in, she commit, she would go do it. And it put her in that villain role and they pigeonholed her there and they're not going to let her out. We get that part. So playing the villain, like do some little, gotcha type stuff. Why does it have to go so deep, dark, dirty, nasty, disgusting, depraved, and then you play villain? not villain, then you play victim. That's where you lose a lot of people. Is there?
See,
Yep.
and that's the thing because once Candy, she thought she was gonna be fine because Candy was gonna be there. Once
And gonna hold on there.
Once Candy said she was done, they had the scramble. And I don't think this friendship between her and Portia is genuine at all. I
No,
think
they just both need each other.
they both
Yep.
need each other because we all know if it's Portia and Kenya, it's going to be let us be, we're the OGs. We both started in season 5. This is season 16. We can show these girls what is really done.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya can't handle the pressure of, I'm one of the only OGs that stayed on the show without leaving. Well,
Mm-hmm.
she did leave that one season, but like
Yeah, but they brought her back
she
when she
brought
was
her back,
pregnant
and
with
she's been
Marlo.
on ever since.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Nisha, thank you for the super chat real quick. She says she blew me with flirting with someone's husband. Certain things are a no, not funny at all. I agree completely. Thank you so
she,
much for the support, sis.
she what she,
Go ahead, Jay.
I used to watch Housewives of Atlanta when she came on. I was fine with her on there until it got to where you're seeing Portia dealing with her divorce, and you're literally seeing her provoke her. She's
Mm-hmm.
not. That's when she lost me because I'm like,
Hmm.
because when you were going through your issues, you didn't like anyone going at you about your husband, talking about how he ain't real.
Hmm.
They're fake wedding. They're not really married.
Hmm.
You had a problem with that, but you're fine with talking about flirting with someone's husband, talking about how someone's husband is basically they were their beard. You're fine with that, but when it comes to you and your relationship, you draw a line at.
Well, can we be honest? Are we
Yes,
are we in a safe place? JT, can I be honest? I want to make sure I got agreement from everybody.
All right.
Okay, I think we see that from the villains on shows for a very real reason. Y'all gave me permission to be honest. Do not come at me. Okay, like Shirley Brown said, whether y'all be cool or come out of a bag on me, it don't matter, but don't y'all come get me. Okay, I think there's a reason for that. Okay, the reason for that, I believe, is because some of the things that they're saying and doing to other cast members, in my opinion, is at the behest of production.
Mm.
I honestly, I'm just saying, don't get me, please. I'm not making excuses for either of these ladies. Not a Giselle, not a Kenya, not a nobody. I'm just trying to call it down the middle and be fair. If you're playing the villain role, let's just say, let's put yourself in these people's shoes, right? If you're playing the villain role, hey Anjanetta, and everybody on this cast knows that this is the role you have to play, right? At this point,
Mm.
everybody knows this is your position on the court, right?
right.
If you know that I'm saying this stuff because these people told me to say it because they trying to get a rise out of you, much like they told Marlo to bring up the pow pow down to the Bullets and Biscuit restaurant with Candy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They might be like, look, I didn't even care to get into this. I didn't even care to mention your children or your baby daddy or whatever. I only had to because these people asked me to. No, I'm not finna let you do that to me. They told me to do that to you. You should have drew a line. I'm not finna let you do that to me. Is that a fair assumption? That
It's
maybe
fair.
that's why they draw that line that don't you come at my family? Girl, you
You
know them
know,
told me to ask you that. This ain't got nothing to do with me.
I think it is fair because we heard from Candace that production told her to draw it back.
There you
Don't
go.
be her usual self. Don't
There
go
you
rat a
go.
tat tat.
Yep.
So I do think that if it comes to the villain role, those people who are put in that section, productions tell them, "Hey, look, this role
Say
works for
this.
you.
When
You
y'all
can."
go in this scene, make sure you say that. Like they told Marlo, when y'all backstage after Drew get up there with that non-singing, make sure
Hmm.
you bring up the pow pow down at the Bullets and Biscuits.
Right. When they
You
when it
know,
came to Marlowe's, they told her, "You can go over there and provoke Candy. Candy,
Mm-hmm.
because we all know Candy doesn't do the drama. She does not go off. But Marlo, Marlo had a mission, and it was from production to
Didn't
go
I
over
tell
there.
y'all? Production sent Marlo as the henchman to get
Hmm.
King and to get Candy. I knew it from the minute she sat out there and said Candy was hunching below her tax bracket and Kenya had bad coochie. I knew right then. I said, boy, they done sent the girl, they done sent
And I want to bring up a topic too, like how production protects some people. So I feel that this is the one thing why I do say about bullshit. I feel that whenever Kenya does something, she's nailed to the cross. Just like this situation, she's nailed to the cross, and she takes account. She has to take accountability. But there's people like Porsha who would come on the show and do all types of things. She could have multiple fights. She can do but she's always coddled, and everything she does is swept under the rug. Just like this woman still has went and took somebody else's husband, and that was swept under the rug. But just because Kenya Moore flirted with somebody's husband, she was nailed to the cross for that. But
now, JT, hold on. Now, JT, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah,
I like this course, but now let me ask you something. You ready? Now, did they sweep it under the rug, or did Porsha quit the event?
That's true.
The very next season, so nobody couldn't question about it.
Right. But I mean,
Porsha ain't stupid.
Porsha's smart.
Because Porsha done been drugged. Y'all forget how bad Porsha done been drugged on this show. You know why you forget? Because Porsha makes it easy to forget. She know how to play the ditzy fun bimbo that just want to twerk and have fun. And the more she shake her booty, the more people forget. They drug her when she drugged Kenya. She had to go, the anger management and everything else. And Kenya was constantly needling her about her anger problems. Nene had to put them people in a figure four leg lock just to keep that girl on that show. Only for Porsha to turn around and lie on Lanithia later. And get them whores against her. Porsha got drugged again when they made up that lie about a bolo because they were scrambling for a storyline because Nene didn't sign the contract and come back, so they didn't have nobody to attack. They were stuck with a bolo storyline. And they drugged her for that. So we ain't gonna say Porsha was drugged with her big dumb self. She gets drugged. She just smart enough after she take her dragon to just start shaking her booty. Soon as she starts twerking, everybody forget. Like everybody hate her. They'll hate her for months on end. Oh, Porsha's bad, burn her at the stake, killer, Porsha terrible. Next thing you know, Porsha come through there twerking. You're shaking her booty. Now everybody done forgot.
Right, and that's Porsha's.
Porsha know how to survive. Porsha say, listen, God gave me a booty, I'm shaking it. Every chance I get. Say, I'm going to be Atlanta's version of Meg the Stallion. I'm going to twerk myself out of any situation. Now.
But also, you bring up a good point because Porsha is not trustworthy. I don't understand why anybody be mad, but she's backstabbed every person on that show.
Right. You mean she's backstabbed Candy, Nene.
I don't know about Candy. I don't know about her backstabbing no Candy. I don't know about that.
Remember season 9? When it was her and Phaedra? Remember season 9 when Phaedra started that rumor that that Candy and Todd wanted to do something with Porsha?
So repeat, the rumor is doing something to you? They wasn't friends at that time. What did she do to her?
Porsha played the dumb blonde role. She knew what she was doing. But she knows she could cry and kick and scream and cry and play like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
But this is the problem. Now, this is what I was going for, JT. I was trying to get gossip news to say the part she did do.
No, okay.
So see, this the thing. Hold on. You ain't gonna never convince me that repeating a rumor to somebody is doing something to them. If I tell you I heard you say it, Negro, I heard you said it. It is what it is. You can't be mad at the person for telling you what they heard. You need to be mad at production for showing it. Because they cut everything else. Why the hell they ain't cut that?
Right.
But what she did do to Candy was making the comments about her being a lesbian.
Yes, when it was her and Shamia.
And then sat there at that table talking about who said that. Now that was funny. She did that.
Yes.
Now that one she did. But you know it get me because don't nobody mention that. They go to the one that Candy tried to play up for drama because she was hoping, I finally get Porsha. Girl, the one you should have played up was what she did do, saying you was a lesbian.
Right.
And then playing dumb like she always do. Who said that?
Right, because that's Porsha's gimmick. She will play like JT said, she'll play the dumb bimbo. She's
That's
going to
what she
sit.
said.
She's going to be the.
Now you know. Go ahead, baby.
She's going to be the ditzy. She's going to be like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna just curl my hair and be okay.
And then when
Let me
people
bring
get
friends over
mad, I'm gonna
there.
let them
Let me.
drag me for about a couple of months, and then I'm gonna just start twerking.
Yep, I'm
Now,
gonna start.
what's crazy about her doing not Kenya, but her doing Candy and Nene, them people wanted to fire her before she drug Kenya, and it was Candy and Nene that kept her on the job. And then when she drug Kenya's stupid tail, then Nene kept her on the job. So both of them women done saved your job at different points, one of them twice, and you cut them both.
Right.
And Kenya put that play that didn't go nowhere, but Candy, put her in that play to kind of get when divorced.
You
Porch
know,
is out for self. We saw that with her own family.
Look, you also know Candy put her on that song that she was on.
Yeah, Flatline song that sounded terrible.
Yeah, that song. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have given her opportunities. She takes them and then she grabs the knife and just starts stabbing them in the back.
She cut you at her earliest convenience. She gonna cut you.
Look,
And then she'll let you drag her. She gonna let you drag her for a few months. And what she gonna do? Say it with me. She's gonna
start twerking. She's gonna try to be the life of the party. Next thing you know, everyone's gonna be like, okay, Portia, we not mad at you no more.
Was we mad with this answer?
Like, are we mad at her? You know what? No, we're not. Let her be. Let her come back in. Very good.
Now, the one thing that Kenya live though that I'm surprised nobody's bringing up is when she said that she's still going through it. Now that's what I was like,
baby, we brought that up over here. You just got here late because we were sure talking about it.
I genuinely don't believe it. I'm never gonna believe it.
Wait, she's still going through that divorce?
That helper say actually my soon to be ex-husband because we still married. Girl, you ain't never married that man with your lying tail.
Girl, we can't find the marriage certificate.
So can't because it don't exist. She showed that one that she got down there on the little island, but she ain't never registered that thing nowhere in Georgia because I know people who looked. Okay, I know people who knows it for real. It wasn't registered nowhere in the state of Georgia, and it wasn't registered nowhere in the state of New York.
That's right.
You and that man is tussling over custody because he trying to steal your baby because he probably want to do that Federline, what he did to Brittany, and get your money. But I need Kenya to stop all that lying. I'm telling you, that's what really.
It ain't
all the nasty stuff she do. I probably could find a way to get past it. It's the line for me, Lord.
A judge would have granted her the divorce a long time ago, even with the custody issues. They would have just took it a separate part of family court. But there's no way they would still be legally married. The only time it ever takes this long, and honestly, it would have been done by now. The only time it takes a long time to get a divorce is when you splitting a lot of assets, like when Jeff Bezos type of money to have that many assets.
What you mean that many now? They never spent the night in the same house hardly. Remember that episode she was up there showing the closet with the man clothes, the tags were still on them?
Oh, yeah, that is true. She did show that episode.
Yes. Which
was got no property together. You can't even say the child got to go to the class on divorce because some states, if you got children together, they'll make the children go to some kind of class where you explain to them about divorce and stuff. That baby was too young for that. That baby gonna be big enough to start school in a minute if she ain't in school.
I think she is in school now.
Lord have mercy. You know, time go fast.
Yeah, I think she 5 now. But yeah,
she's the same age. She's the same age as Portia's daughter, if not younger.
So Brooklyn's a little older. Yeah, she a little older. Brooklyn's a little older.
Slightly, right? Ain't
right, yeah. Slightly.
Child, Brooklyn gonna be graduating and voting, and Kenya's still gonna be telling that lie about a divorce.
She really needs to stop. She really needs
to. Look, this is what I'm saying. That storyline, after a few years, I got done with it. I'm like, you're not getting divorced. You were never married. At this point, it's just like whenever it was her part of the show, when she was talking about her divorce, I just fast forward through it. I'm like, I ain't got time for it.
Yeah, me too.
She would have been
better. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say she would have been better after the first season. She should have came back and been like, "Hey, me and this guy, we thought something was gonna happen. It didn't work out, but at least I got a beautiful daughter out of it. Something I've always wanted.
There you go.
Never.
Right.
There you go. That's all she had to do.
Right.
That'd have been the end of it.
We would have been.
Now,
The fans would have
she
been happy.
Well, she can't get the story out. Too Feisty was finna say something too. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I had a conversation with a friend not too long ago about this, and they compared it to like Yandy and Mendices. I said, no, those two actually got married. Yandy just never sent the paperwork in.
That means you're not married. That means you're not married.
They filed for it. They registered for a marriage certificate, and it was never registered. No, listen,
let me tell you something.
Intention was there. Like, hold on, let me finish my point. The intention was there. Like, they actually sat down and signed paperwork. It just was never submitted. But I'm saying I don't think that was even that far with Mark and Kenya. It all feels like it was staged from day one.
We got to give Kenya credit where credit is due now. She did have a ceremony on that little island. She got paperwork on that little island. I'm not saying that the ceremony didn't happen. We saw the paperwork from the little island. The problem is that thing was never registered in the United States of America.
Right.
That's the issue. Because going to get a marriage license is not a marriage. Yandy knew that. It's just once she got caught in the lie, then his child support. Well, then what you went and had the whole imaginary wedding for, Yandy? I ain't never liked her neither. Ever since she used to have that thing against Chrissy, because I always believed she wanted to go with Jim. She just knew Chrissy would have beat the stew out of her.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never liked Yandy. Not from day one with her funny looking self. I ain't never liked her.
Right. And this is where Kenya's fault comes. She's always has to be the perfectionist. Because she always says, well, Portia's acting, she's not acting sophisticated. She's not acting holy. But we have you over here blasting fake screenshots of like freaking Photoshop pictures of Brittany.
Whether it's Photoshop or real, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Is the same lady that was screaming coochie crack.
Right.
The same lady took a camera crew to her mother's house when you knew that was inappropriate. This the same lady flirting with somebody's husband. This the same lady she done dealt more coochie than Van Camp got poking beans all throughout the rap industry, athletes, and anybody else who was willing to line up for their turn.
This is the same girl.
So it's like all this trying to act. She not acting right, girl. What you acting like?
Right.
Every time we turn around, you doing something inappropriate and gutter. That crap she pulled last season at Sonya them party. Sonya them done dropped all that money on that big fancy party, and you in there yelling, screaming, and cussing like some alley cat because Martell, Franklin the Turtle, done embarrassed you.
And you wanted to make a scene out of it.
Yes. After them people done spent all that money. If I was Sonya, I'd have had them people walk her out of there, and I'd have tripped on her way out the door. I'd have made her bust her chin. Get out of here.
See, what I would have done was I would have looked at security and been like, drag her out. Just grab her, carry her out.
No, I was gonna say, let's not. Sonya is probably the worst addition they've ever put on Real Housewives of Atlanta, though.
She had a family. She had a husband.
She was
and a nice family and good looking children.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't running around screaming hoochie crack, flirting with husbands. She wasn't acting like a hoochie like Porsha. She didn't twerk her way out of every conflict.
Right.
Well, the people don't like Sonya because they feel like she chose the quote unquote wrong side.
That's what their problem is with her, because she didn't side up with Candy Coon, and she didn't side up with Skin Your Pores.
But let me tell you this, I didn't like Drew her first season, and Sonya made me like Drew because I was like, because she got on my nerves. So I was like, this girl's just, I didn't get her. I was like, why did they add her? Why did she even get a second season?
I feel like it was good to give her two. I didn't like her the first season. I actually liked her the second season. The reason I didn't like Sonya the first season was because she didn't know how to express herself, in my opinion. I didn't have a full understanding of why she flipped on Drew that first season. I'm like, what's your problem? You doing this just because all these girls picking on her? Because that season, it was like everybody was picking on Drew. They picked on Drew so bad that I felt sorry for Drew.
Look, I would say this.
Really felt sorry for him. girl because I don't like nobody to be picked on. When I see a dynamic where everybody's picking on one person, it's just my nature. I automatically gravitate toward that person.
Right. And I will say this, my first time watching her, I was like, you know what? I didn't like Drew.
I didn't either. And I
I
still don't like her.
Oh, I can
look,
stand her first
look,
season. I can
look, I
stand her.
couldn't stand
I can
her when she
stand
was starting
But
singing
first,
when she
I'm
was
gonna
talking
tell
to
you, JT.
Ken.
But this hold on, let me get this
that
thought out and I'm gonna
Delilah
go back to
spirit.
gossip and then JT. This was the thing that pissed me off with Drew first season. Why would you come on the show and the first thing you do is give us a fake storyline? Who asked you?
Thank you.
I didn't like that. It really pissed me off. Before she got on the show, we done already heard about your husband down there to the swinging Richards watching Richard swing. Then you
Mm-hmm.
come on the show talking about he down there in Tampa with somebody and for 3 days and he couldn't tell you where he was, and you go on and pretend like you were perfectly okay after that. You was a lie and the truth ain't in you. But even though she was on my nerves and I didn't like her, once I saw the gang up and it was Toyota Forever, and then Kenya, and then Sonya, and then I'm like, yo, what the hell? Why are y'all picking on this girl? Like, okay, she came with a fake storyline. At that point, I tried to give her some grace. Maybe she felt like she had to. Maybe she really need this job right now. Maybe,
Right.
a million things. Maybe that's why she made a mistake. But why are we just all dogpiling on this girl?
See, this is
See, I like Toya. I thought
didn't
Toya
like
should have
her.
got another season.
I didn't
mhm.
like
I
Toyota
like
Forever.
Toya.
See,
I didn't like Toyota.
look, this is what I would say. When it comes to Drew, she is funny, but it's like
Is she?
she's okay, she made Sonya look more boring than usual. And that's something. My issue with Drew was the inconsistency with the lies. You
She's
say
another
that
liar. I don't like that.
right, she's just like she's like Kenya, but without the
She,
nastiness. She's not
can I
going to
be
go
honest?
down low.
She not nasty like Kenya, but y'all listen.
But it's
Y'all
the lying.
don't get me.
I'm not.
She lie worse than Kenya. If
Yes.
you give me the choice, even now after this filth that Kenya has done, if you give me a choice of Nitra, you got to suffer through one of them. It's gonna be Drew or Kenya. I still take Kenya over Drew, even after this reprehensible behavior. I still take Kenya over Drew right now.
You know,
Because
I
let's
agree.
talk about Drew. What came on there so is holier than thou on her first season, and now
Oh, you
what
mess
happened
with
to last
Prophet
season?
Lot?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now ain't she an undercover lesbian? Because when she messing with Mimi girlfriend,
Yeah.
what happened to that story?
You know
Mimi
what? That is true.
girlfriend. Who?
Yeah,
Mimi, remember the best? There
Oh
was
yeah, you said
Mimi,
Mimi. Oh, okay,
Mimi
your
from
mic went down.
Love and Hip
Yeah,
Hop.
with
Yeah,
Ty. She was going with Ty.
Ty. She was
yeah.
messing with
She was going with
Ty.
Ty.
But
And
you this
see,
holier than thou, Delilah spirit, and all this stuff. But now you, now you this undercover lesbian. So it's like that. I don't know.
Look,
yeah, child.
look.
But
I
see,
was.
that's the let me say this though.
Hmm.
I could take that over the line. And y'all know, and listen, I don't make no secret. I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. Okay, I'm not ashamed of my God, because I don't want him to ever be ashamed of me. Okay.
Right.
I'm not one of them Christians that's gonna blow rate you, beat you in the ground. I don't have to want to live like you live to respect your choice to live that way. If she wanted to say, hey, I was raised in the church, my mama's evangelist or whatever, but this is really who I am, I could deal with that. I grew up with plenty of people in the church that had to be like, yeah, we was all raised right in the same church, but this is how I want to live. I was doing the hetero thing because that's what mama and them wanted me to do. But one of my homeboys was like, Nitra, I'm attracted to men. What I'm supposed to say? Well, we saved. You better not be looking at that man. Am I supposed to beat you in the head with a Bible? So if she'd have just came on with it, I'm conflicted. That
Right.
maybe that's why me and Ralph ain't getting along, because I'm conflicted. I love him because we have a bond, but I am sexually attracted to women, or maybe I still am sexually attracted to him, but I'm also still attracted to women. Like that would have been more genuine than the stuff she kept giving us. Fake
Right.
out of stuff, trying to create scenes, and she get up like this and storm out because I don't know where the hell her neck went. That girl is gone.
Look, I will say this. when it comes to Drew, when it came to Ralph is in Miami, he went to Miami for 3 days. He didn't tell me where he
Claimed
go.
he went to Tampa. She claimed he was in Tampa. She said he was down there in Hillsborough County.
Oh yeah, he said he was in Tampa. He wouldn't tell me where he went. Then it became the next season was, yeah, he had a female assistant asked him if he wanted a massage. I'm
I
like,
don't believe that.
I don't believe it either because
That was
like
a stupid storyline. But
it
that's
was
the thing with her. She's always acting, and she's a bad actress.
yes, she
She's
doesn't
a
know how to
terrible
play the
actress.
right.
I'm telling you, I would take Kenya over her. Kenya is one of the worst actresses I've ever seen. Kenya don't even do good on Tubi. But Drew is right there with her.
Let's not act like Squash shouldn't have got a Oscar nomination.
It shouldn't have. It was
It should.
garbage.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Everybody
JT,
know
you
the best
playing
one
with
was the second one, not the first one with Kenya. Everybody know the
JT
best
messing
one.
with
look. I'm
The best
telling
one
you.
was the one with
JT
Monica
messing with
Calhoun.
me.
Look,
she was on screen with the late great Whitney Houston. Come on now.
look, Auntie. I'm gonna tell you.
She said,
I watched that movie with
I don't
Kenya.
care who she was on the screen with, JT. JT, you know you wrong. JT, your mic went down. Turn your mic back
Lionel
on.
was ready. You see, Lionel was ready to leave that night.
Look, I'm gonna say this. When I did look at the movie, it took me like 5 days to finish it because it was that bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
It was bad.
It was
Look,
terrible.
I'll say this. I'll take Kenya over Drew.
Got some news. Do not fall for JT mess. JT messing with me. You up here
I know
playing
he is.
JT
I know he is. He messy. He's messy.
What you been saying?
Yo, do y'all remember though? What was that one scene though? Remember when I think it was last season when Candy had put Mayetta in one of her shows, and then Kenya was like, "Oh, why you ain't call me to cast me in the show?" And then Candy was just looking like, I think it was it
wasn't Yetta. I think it was Shamia. She had put
it was
in
Shamia.
Shamia, one of them. And then Kenya was like, "Oh, why you ain't put me in the show?" And I was, and then Candy was like,
if we all remember how the fact that Kenya acted when Kim Fields was on the show,
but not even that. That last season, JT, you on to something because Candy was shady as hell.
Yes, she was.
Candy was shady as hell.
She
went for just say, "Well, girl, we had already, like she ain't try to clean it up real good." It was like she was sitting there like she didn't know what to say to explain why your good girlfriend is an actress, but you ain't mentioned about her. But now that whole movie set thing, that's what got Drew caught up because the fact that Ty was down there to the movie set, like what Ty doing to the movie set?
Girl, I'm gonna say that when I heard that, I said, "Wait, why is Ty there?" And she was like, "Well, me and Ty are good friends." I'm like, "Y'all friends with benefits."
But not even just that. She didn't even know Ty like that. She wanted to meet Ty. Ty came down there, met her, then Ty was coming back down there. The next thing you know, y'all kicking it in the rumors that y'all is speaking in tongues together.
Mm-hmm. And look, and Candy said
they were speaking in tongues with no interpreter.
That is true.
Speak in tongues, you got to make sure there's an interpreter.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
JT, did you hear that there was an interpreter?
I don't know nothing about that.
Look, I heard there was an interpreter.
Too feisty. Too feisty. You still there? She must be gone.
Look,
I need somebody to explain to me if them ladies.
I don't speak with them, but I heard that sometimes you need an interpreter, sometimes you don't.
No. The word of the Lord said that if you are going to speak in tongues, that there needs to be an interpreter.
There is a part of that.
Ladies speaking up to speak in tongues, what the children say. And I did not hear any rumor. Hold on. I just want one of y'all to tell me if anybody heard a rumor that there was an interpreter present while they were speaking in tongues.
I don't recall.
I believe so.
Hold on. Not too feisty. Now she YSL Woody. Okay. JT, did you hear any rumors about an interpreter?
No, but you would say there's it's a lot because when Bolo was there, Portia was all like, somebody eat me tonight. Remember she told you somebody eat me tonight. One of
She
y'all
did
eat
say
me
that.
tonight.
That's what she
Wait,
said.
wait, that was freaking. Wait, what was that? Was King's friend that everyone was thinking that King was in and was dating? What was her name?
Yeah, and then
Latoya.
remember,
Latoya.
Toya said she threw up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dead.
Toyota.
Toyota. Toyota.
Uh-huh.
That face. I'm sorry, that's a face.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I never saw that episode. I have only
Girl.
heard about that episode.
No,
I have
it was
I've
watched
aired.
seen clips.
from that
I didn't watch
episode.
it.
No, it was aired. The whole thing was
I
aired.
I can
believe you
only
because all
imagine.
y'all done told me about it. I'm just telling you, Auntie ain't never watched that. You understand me?
I can only imagine if Lanithia was there, how it would have sound.
Look,
Baby,
You know,
you
she
need
don't play them
to add them
shenanigans.
people out.
look, look. It was what
She
was
ain't
that?
never played them shenanigans.
That was
That's
during
right.
2020. Oh, that was Cynthia's bachelorette party.
Yeah, they was being nasty.
Look, and
They
they
was
said,
being
look,
nasty, honey.
they told camera crew to get out.
Ooh, isn't she pretty? Hey, lovely me, you
I
sure
love
lovely.
her.
Now
Yes.
listen, we wasn't saying that Drew played the lesbian. We saying that Drew was playing lesbian in real life. She was speaking in tongues with Ty, but there was no interpreter. Is what we
There
just.
was
There was no interpreter in the room,
there was not.
which means that the same Drew Sidora that was talking about Jezebel spirits and prophet Lot, this and that, was out of compliance with the scripture because there was no interpreter.
That's right.
Now that's all I'm saying.
Look, where was I with what I was saying about why I didn't like Drew the first season. The second season, she started to grow on me. I'm like, you know what? You're fine. Yeah, you're acting a fool somewhat. Then it became the part when she started throwing dog bones all over the place. I'm like, you know what? I can't. I cannot.
Did you okay? Now let me ask you this: since we just talking, since we just chewing the fat,
Mm-hmm.
were y'all not embarrassed for her a little bit? Because I was
I
embarrassed for her a
was.
little bit.
Look,
Showing choose.
she went to the store, got a whole bag of dog bones, and started throwing them out like, here's a bone. Go fetch. I'm like, it was
She
that
did
one.
all that to that girl Fat Tune to
Yes.
Sheree's root worker friend.
Yes, and then there was that one scene where she threw what was it? She threw a plum at she tossed a plum at someone.
I remember the plum. I thought that was at a reunion or something.
It might have been at a reunion that she she tossed a plum at someone.
She always throwing something at somebody.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, this is why we don't believe the fact that you and your husband were loyal. If he's going around down to Tampa for 3 days, ain't telling you where he at, and you
I
gotta
don't believe
demand
he
him,
I don't believe he went to no Tampa. I
I
don't
don't
believe
believe
that
him.
man was missing. I don't believe none of that. I said it last season, but I don't know, not last season, but when all that had happened. I said then, I believe that they are each other's beards. That's
Yes. Oh, you think? Oh.
I think both of them is cheating in the next room. That's what I think.
With the same sex.
I think they have an arrangement because
Mm-hmm.
maybe both of them want to appear a certain way socially, but maybe they can't fight how they really feel on the inside.
Look, cause now how you think about Courtney and Ralph being cousins but not really being cousins?
I think that's country people. They play cousins. I don't think they know real cousins. I think they play cousins. I got a bunch of play cousins.
So do I.
Again, I too am from the country. So I mean,
I do have play cousins as well.
yeah, so
You
I
know
ain't
I
really
know.
impressed about the play cousin. Do I believe Courtney going with that man? Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
I don't think Ralph want nothing that's between Courtney legs. I don't think he want nothing between Drew legs. I don't think he want nothing between none of them women legs.
Nope.
So
Mm-mm.
they can miss me with that too. Now, if Ralph show up and he been singing karaoke with somebody, then you got a good chance of me believing that.
Okay. I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, because you're not gonna convince me Ralph around here are chasing women. You're not finna do.
Mm-mm. No, he does not. He seems more emotionally. Let me say this: he has more of a flamboyant personality.
He
He's
come
emo.
off to me. He comes off like a snap, honey. He gives me a snap.
Yep.
And from what I have learned in my life, my experiences, if you a snap, you ain't looking for no snapper.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Preach.
And that's all I'm saying. Everybody don't like snapper.
Mm-mm. But yeah, no. Kenya has screwed herself majorly this time, and I don't think there's any way she could redeem herself after this.
If I'm being honest, feelings aside, feelings aside, I would like to see her be able to. As much as I'm disappointed and upset with what she did, I want to see her be able to. But I would like to see real change in Kenya. I would like
Yeah.
to see her be able to because say what you will of me. That woman has a child to raise. She is 53 years old. She ain't nobody spring chicken. She ain't nobody baby, not even her mama's at this point. Me neither.
That's
Okay.
right.
That child is still young, which means at the very least, she got a minimum of 13, 14 years to go on this baby. She has to provide for this child. She has to make her comfortable. She has to maintain the lifestyle that this child has become accustomed to by God's grace. So I want to see her find a way to turn this around. I just fear that she cannot do that while dodging accountability. I just don't think she can do both at the same time.
Right.
Poetic say, hold on, what dog bones? What in the witchcraft? Yes,
Yeah.
Drew wasn't doing no witchcraft, but she was
She
doing
wasn't doing
dog.
witchcraft.
Sheree is the one that brought her friend, her non-black friend that was doing witchcraft, telling them girls to smoke their coochies and stuff.
Yes, because I remember it right. It was the fact that the friend said something about Drew. Drew
Yep.
got it. You know what? Remember,
And
it was
started
at the
calling
right.
her a lap dog, and that's why
Call
she
her.
throwed that dog bone at her. And then the
Yep.
fat tuna couldn't come back because she stole Drew's purse and ran in the room with it.
Yes, because she literally grabbed the bone out the bag and tossed it on the floor. Everyone looked and said, "Is that a dog bone?" I said,
Because she wanted to call that lady a lap dog. She came
"Yes."
prepared to call that woman a lap dog.
Yeah, because it was the fact that Drew and Sheree were going back and forth at Marlo's. What was it?
Right.
It was at
They was
Marlo's
going back
house.
and right. They was going back and forth because Drew was telling everybody that the kickback over at Sonya house that Sheree didn't pay her part and she don't like to pay her bills and she's telling people stuff about Sheree not paying and then Sheree came and told them at Kenya's child party that Anthony came and told her stuff about Drew not wanting to pay him and owing money and that her husband was you know fancy
Mm,
and all
mm-hmm.
these things. And they was going backwards and forwards. And so anything Fat Toom said, she says, "Oh, you being a lap dog." Well, she's Sheree friend, so if she gonna say anything, she gonna take sides for her friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
I know what you're saying.
that's just kind of how that went. But the dog bone thing, I was embarrassed.
Look, I promise you, I paused it when I saw it. I just start busting and laughing. I'm like, Drew, this is an all-time low. What this is? I'm like, this is about to be a meme on the internet for sure. This is going to be just
It
dog
was
bone Drew.
why
Like,
we throwing dog bones, baby?
right? Why are we throwing dog bones and throwing plums?
I could have
Like,
swore that Plum was at a reunion.
it was at a reunion because
You know who
Andy.
what? She threw that at Ralph.
Yes, he threw it at Ralph because Andy said, "Did you just toss him?" Yeah, she grabbed the plum out her beside her and gave it to Ralph. And said, "Here's your plum. You wanted a piece, but here's your plum." Because she's like, Drew, like Ralph wants to be on the Real Housewives, so he doesn't have a piece. I'm gonna give him a plum. I said, Drew.
Well, since I got y'all here too feisty, don't you nod off on me because I need your opinion. Now,
I'm still
too
here.
feisty. What's your opinion about Marlo, Clown, and Porsha on social media? Since I got you,
Listen, I got a
I knew
certain
you was gonna
affection
give
for
me
the
one.
Florida girls. I got a special affection for Florida girls. Marlo don't bother me. And I know the people
She
like
don't
to make
bother
it
me
seem
either.
like she the devil incarnate. Marlo don't bother me. And truth be told, They should have gave Marlo another season. Marlo the only one that's gonna give Portia what she need and what she deserves. So I actually love the fact that she's trolling Portia. I'm sorry, but Peach Juice be walking around with a big head. She thinks she's better than everybody. She's always protected by production. There was no way you could have watched her on Ultimate Girls Trip and her
I
ego
seen
is
her.
not
We talked
starkly
about
clear. Starkly clear
child.
on Girls Trip, and I would love for somebody to knock her down a few pegs. So yes, I
You
love the
know,
fact that Marlo's trolling her, and I want production to bring Marlo around, even if she don't get a peach. You need a Marlo to stir things up a little bit. Just saying.
you know
But
what? I didn't think of this. Do y'all think that that was one of the stipulations for Portia to come back? Not just the money, but I only come back if Marlo don't come back this season.
I think so.
I think so too. Because you
Because
She
remember
want to do a season
Marlo
with
flipped
Marlo.
on her during the whole Bolo crap for no reason.
yes.
She didn't have no reason to flip on the girl. She just flipped on her. Because Marlo is like that, which is the only thing I really hold against Marlo, is because of how she did Nene, to be honest.
But I think she had a
However,
reason though. I think she saw production protecting her, and I think for somebody like Marlo, it's annoying.
But I mean,
but
no.
this
Here's
is the
this is
thing.
this is what
But
I
but this is the thing too, Feisty. Protecting her from what? Nothing happened with that man. So what
right.
were they
Nothing
protecting her
happened.
from? Especially considering the fact they didn't protect her from Kenya's mouth because she didn't stop.
Hmm.
Didn't protect her from Candy because Candy promptly went and told her workers what was being said and what Kenya claimed or whatever. So what did they even protect her from? Nothing.
That's true. That's
Marlo
true.
Hmm.
flipped on that girl for no reason other than I'm finna buddy up with Kenya because Nene ain't here, so I'm gonna just buddy up with Kenya.
Right.
Gonna
And
do it
this is what I
solo.
would say because it
Because you
literally.
remember, hold on, you remember she did that to Nene back in the day, buddied up with Kenya and tried to fight Nene at the softball game.
Yes.
True.
And then once Nene was off the show, she flipped on her again. Wasn't calling, talking to her or nothing, but going on interviews pretending like, oh, me and Nene are great. And then there was a rumor that they were out somewhere in Atlanta and the place was packed, some state club or whatever. And as the story went, and Marlo had a section, and Nene was waiting on something to open up, and the people knew they were friends, the people that run the place, and was like, well, your homegirl got a section, text her. If she got room in her section, you could go over there. According to the story, Nene messaged Marlo. Marlo acted like she didn't even see the message. She acted like she didn't even know who Nene was because the people gave her a peach. And I think she thought, I can't keep it if I talk to you.
Yep.
And this is the same person that you claim was your sister. That's
Hmm.
the issue with Marlo. Marlo got a little
The
snake
girls
to
is
it.
the
Her
girls
mouth
is
don't
always
bother
sisters when
me.
it's something they want.
But
See.
this is the thing. Certain types of girls move like that.
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, like her mouth don't bother me. Her mouth is actually funny. But the truth of the matter is the fact that you ain't got no disloyalty and you got a little snake in you. I don't mind snakeskin shoes. I love them actually. But I don't
Well,
like
she
when you
fit
got
right in with
snake
this
in you.
cast.
I mean,
Amen.
she got Kenya, you got
Yep.
Portia, you got Drew, you got Shamia. Why they give
Yep.
Shamia a peach?
Who else was they gonna give it to? Think
Yeah, what
about
you
it.
got?
If my theory is correct, because this is really just a theory, it don't mean nothing outside of what I think. I think it's possible that Portia was like, I'm not coming back if you got Marlo there because she knew Marlo was gonna bring everything to it. Girl, you took
Hmm.
that lady husband and that he done left you already and all that. She knew Marlo was gonna take her down round and through there. She ain't want none. So it would also stand the reason with Kenya still being there that she would bring Shamia to make sure she had some backup because she can't count on Kenya.
Right, because Kenya will flip on a dime.
Sure will. The minute she not the center of attention, she'll flip.
And this is why I'm like, when it comes to them posting Instagram posts with each other tag, I'm like, please. I'm just waiting for there to be news that Portia and Kenya are fighting again. I'm like, I knew it. But I say this, I wanted Milo back. I did. She was funny when she
She's
had to
very
be
funny.
funny.
And
She's
she
funny.
saved them last season.
Well, she saved them last season. She saved them the
So
season
did.
before then.
They
Like,
don't want to give her no credit, but she saved their necks.
look, and she does what she will do what production wants.
Yeah,
If
well, she doing the same thing Kenya was doing. Kenya was
hmm
the production's go get them girl. And
right, but
so when production decided they wanted somebody to go get Candy and Kenya, they brought in Marlo, the henchman.
because we all knew Drew was going to be too loyal to.
Drew is a bootlicker.
She will lick the boot. She'll lick the bottom of the boot for some attention, for friendship.
She'll clean it up. She'll clean it up like she buffing a floor.
That's right, because we all know the fact that last season Kenya and Candy were dragging Drew. Slight.
Oh yeah, but you know what now? I may not be a Candy fan, as y'all know.
Neither am
But
I.
Candy wasn't wrong when it came to Drew Sadami. Drew
Mm-hmm.
sat up there, even though Candy ain't always honest. I feel as though Candy was frustrated because it's like, you gonna lie on me. Like, girl, we supposed to be cool and you gonna sit up here and lie on me, and that wasn't even nothing to lie about.
Mm-hmm.
If you did something and the girl, she seen you, don't sit up there and be like, no, you didn't. It never happened. You lying on me. You just trying to get attention. Like, what the hell? I wasn't mad at Candy for going off on Drew. I wasn't mad at Candy at all. I feel like where Drew is concerned, if it was a matter of I can't have you saying that, or I gotta deny it in public type thing, why didn't Drew just call Candy and say, girl, please? You know what I'm saying? Why just call her a liar? Like, she not gonna challenge you calling her a liar when she knows she not lying this time.
Right. That was my thing. When she said, well, she's lying, I'm like, Drew, you do know Candy will check your behind for that. And Candy did. And you're wondering, and now I'm now glad that Candy's not here, because we all know it would have been like, well, me and Drew are good again. Me and Kenya are good. They bring Porsha into it. It would have been a more lackluster season. Mm-hmm. We got Cynthia back again.
Oh Lord.
Look, I'm like,
cheekbones has got to be the prettiest piece of wallpaper I've ever seen.
Look, I'm like, she didn't do nothing on Beverly Hills. She didn't do nothing the season before then.
But she beautiful though.
She beautiful. Cynthia. I think that's the thing. Cynthia's fine with being the backup best friend that's beautiful.
And she
is. She got them cheekbones. What was one of her hashtags? She said something about her cheekbones will never start fading.
Well, they ain't gonna fade.
Nope.
That's what they not gonna do.
Them cheekbones.
Now, she scared me that season. She put some fillers in them or something. Now that was scary as hell. I'm glad they melted or she got them dissolved or whatever. But them cheekbones is forever.
Yep, them cheekbones are.
They are golden. They are golden.
Look, but I'm now trying to figure out if they do find out that she did do this. She may get suspended, or she might altogether be said you can't come back.
Man.
Which means then it's gonna be all on Portia's back.
And see, we see what happened when Porsha don't have the stronger personalities to kind of hold their spots. I think we saw a little bit of that on Ultimate Girls Trip with two fights they mentioned earlier, because Kenya on that Ultimate Girls, not Kenya, Lord, God forgive me. Porsha on that Ultimate Girls Trip, I didn't like her at all on Ultimate Girls Trip. Like, we saw the nastiest, ugliest side to her. I didn't like her at all. And I think if you move the people who have to be the unpleasant ones, and she doesn't get to play the fun bimbo, ditzy, I'm so fun, twerk, we gonna see the ugly side of Porsha. And I don't know if we want to see that.
See, this is how I feel. I looked at the first episode. I was fine with her until she said, well, she called Peacock Bravo. I said, girl, you ain't on Bravo. But then it came to the fact of when it came to Lena. When it came to, what was that girl's name?
Wait,
Leia?
I'm sorry. Gossip and true crime. I'm sorry. Can we just pause right there real quick? That is a
Yes.
very important point. She was so excited about that room and the size of that room. Well, y'all must really want me back. To be back to tell her so many times. We are not Bravo. This is a Peacock production. Everybody got a nice room, girl. You not
And
special.
look, and she
Her
said,
ego is so inflated. I'm sorry. I just had to point it out.
no, it's fine. But remember when she was doing her professional, she's like, I'm so glad to be back on Peacock, be back on Bravo. And they said, it's Peacock. And she said, who?
We
Well,
I'm
she
like,
didn't.
girl.
Peacock
That's
girl.
not
We've been
what
here
she
before.
said. She didn't say glad to be back. What she was saying was, oh, and Lovely Me is making a good point too. Y'all read that. What she was saying was that Bravo it was trying to woo her back, and they were like, oh, it's Peacock. That didn't bother me. To me, that was like whatever because it's still the same entity. Like that's like saying no, it's not Seanitra. It's my middle name or something. Like it's still the same company. Like we not
Right.
semantics. That didn't bother me. What bothered me on the Ultimate Girls Trip was watching her try to play the bully role. What
Mm-hmm.
bothered me was her getting visibly agitated when people were not intimidated by her.
Mm-hmm.
It was watching her like go along with Giselle's mess, even though she knew it was wrong. Like Giselle was being miserable instead of her lightening the mood in the sprinter with Giselle. Like she was taking part in the whole miserable role. Like that
Okay.
was like, oh, you got a nasty side. We ain't
I
never
mean,
seen this one.
look, I
I don't like it.
remember when she was going at, what was that? What was that New York girl's name? The one that,
The one that was crying.
the one that
Um,
was crying and that passed
what
out.
was
What
that?
was her name?
What was that girl name? Too feisty. What was
Leia?
her name? Leah.
Leah.
Yes, yes, that's the one
She
that
was
they
real
kept picking on for no
nasty to that
reason.
girl. She was real
Yes.
nasty to that girl, and then she kept picking. I didn't like that
And
either.
was buddy with Giselle, so you know they had to
Hmm.
jug at Candace.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
she
And
went
she
at
had a lot of
Candace.
and you know she had a lot of opinions about the whole thing between the accusations towards Chris, even though the whole he made me uncomfortable, even though when they filmed it at the time they hadn't aired. So I don't know why Peach Juice had such strong opinions when you don't even know what happened for real, for real. And
Look,
Giselle has an affinity for lying.
look, and
but
remember
you know what
when?
it was too feisty because she friends with Monique too, and that's the part
Hmm.
you skip. Portia
Because
is
Candace
good
was
Hmm.
friends with
upset.
Monique, and because Candace still maintains her position when it comes to Monique, and Monique did so much to her. That's where that contention is.
Hmm. And
That's where
when
the contention is.
and when Candy brought it up, and no, when Candace brought it up, and she started crying, Portia said, "Oh Lord, here comes the crocodile tears. Let me get my triangle." I'm like, you don't understand that she is hurt that you're friends with someone that she stands on the fact that she dragged her and assaulted her.
But I thought Candace was full of crap in that scene, to be honest.
Look, I feel like this is how I
It's
feel.
100 years ago. And the
Right.
people that were present that she was having a problem with at that time, their only connection to it was Giselle took her side because she didn't like Monique. So you should have been okay with Giselle on that one. And you were mad with Portia because Portia was friendly with this lady and she was on her side. If that's my friend, I'm on my friend's side.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I saw my friend say, "Get your hand out my face," and you proceeded to keep it there. And
Right.
what you gonna do? Drag me? I don't care what nobody say. If I tell you to move your hand, you better not be counting on my salvation. You don't know if I prayed that morning. If I say move your hand, I promise you better move it.
Look, and remember, she told her to stop, move your hand out my face, and Candace said, "What you gonna do? Drag me?" And she messed with Monique's hair. At that point, I'm like,
Well, Monique flipped her hair,
you
but the
flip.
problem was that Giselle reached over there and shoved Monique. Monique,
Yes.
who shoved her? She just went to popping and swinging. Candace went to swinging, trying to defend herself, and they got into a full blown fight.
Right.
My point was, one, Candace was acting like she was leaving. She had walked away. And then when Monique kept talking, she closed space and came back over there. Why didn't you just
Mm-hmm.
keep talking? So at that point, to me, both ladies were engaging in that tomfoolery. Both
Mm-hmm.
of y'all chose to act like barnyard chickens and cluck at each other. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Monique said, "Get your hands out my face." You should have moved them. She said,
Mm-hmm.
"What you gonna do? Drag me?" And Monique talking about, "Do you want me to?" And you flipping hair, "Do you want me to?" So at that point, both of y'all was antagonizing each other. One wouldn't move the hand out the face. The other one decided, "I'm gonna flip your weave and ask you, do you want me to?" What they didn't realize is that Satan's little sister was watching them and decided to get the fight going
Right,
because they were
because no
both
one
engaged.
addressed the fact that his
Had both of them, or even one of them, behaved like an adult woman, they wouldn't have ended up out there tussling like junkyard dogs.
hmm
It wouldn't have happened.
and they
Candace's wig wouldn't
right.
have been shifted. We wouldn't have never found out how good her wig glue was. You understand me?
That's
See, this
right.
is why once you get to a certain age, you know how to remove yourself from situations. You understand? Candace was
You're
walking
right.
away. Could have kept walking. Who told you to go back over there because you got to prove you bad? You ain't bad. Baby, your hands was ragged in a mug. That
Right.
girl, if them people hadn't been there, that healthy, good cardio, aerobic, Pilates, yoga doing heifer would have drug you to the pits of hell. You would not have survived it.
Well, because we
And
all
and hold on. And on Monique's side, had you, when that little silly hooker wouldn't move her hand out your face, she could have said, "You know what? Let me walk away before I end up hurting you." Because if them people hadn't been there, Monique would have been in jail.
yep.
Would have ended up in jail, and you somebody mama. Both of them engaged in foolishness.
And then
And
both
then
try to take
Satan's little sister named Giselle was watching them and reached over there and hit Monique's shoulder and got the fight going. All because both of them were too ignorant to walk away. And what irritates me the most is Candace is the only one playing the victim when you were just as engaged in that mess as Monique. Both of y'all are equally stupid, in my opinion. And you both got played by Team Yellow.
look, this is how I agree with you completely on all of it. Because when I saw it, I said, we all know Giselle hates Monique with a passion. They have never gotten along. So if she's gonna provoke Candace and be like, tell her how you really feel, go ahead. Tell her. Tell her. Run your mouth. She knew exactly at that point Candace was gonna run her mouth and get dragged, and she can be like, look what Monique did to Candace.
Yep,
But you
two
don't
birds with
like
one. I'm gonna get you beat up, and I'm gonna get this heifer gone because I've been jealous ever since I found out she had 4 houses.
mm-hmm.
And see, they tried it again with that large Hispanic gentleman. They was wanting Mia to attack that little bitty girl and stomp on her with them big old feet she got.
Yep.
That's what they was wanting to happen.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't.
That's exactly what they was wanting.
And then they tried it again with Wendy.
Well, they knew no, they knew Wendy wasn't gonna beat up Candace. They got along too good.
No,
But
no,
this,
I'm saying
but
about
this,
when.
but this, what I'm talking about. They tried to get somebody to beat Candace up. They wanted Monique to beat Candace up, just like they wanted Mia, that big, large Hispanic gentleman, to beat Candace up. And
Yep.
remember on the reunion, she said that, well, if she slap you or whatever, then I'm gonna be okay with it because of your mouth. They wanted somebody to beat that girl up. And then this season that just passed, what they did, they brought in a rabbit, a muppet to attack this girl.
Mm-hmm.
They keep trying to get somebody to beat her up. They
Right.
want to harm that girl.
Right. And it's like she said at the end. If I'm being threatened and being getting attacked, I'm going to defend myself. You
But
can
they
say
don't want her to have the right to defend herself. You still a black woman. Don't matter how many how clear your husband is. You cloudy, baby. You opaque.
right. Like Monique and Candace, they were both wrong.
They were
Mia
both in the wrong.
and
Just one
Candace,
just one of them had better hands. That's
right?
all.
One of them had better hands. If it wasn't for if Mia would have reached over, it would have been a rendition of Monique versus
It would
Candace
have been worse. That is a large Hispanic gentleman.
with size 13 feet.
And her fist looked like her hand looked like soup bones. That girl got hands like Andre the Giant. That's
Yeah,
a large Hispanic gentleman.
look,
I told you, if I was Wendy Osefo, I'd have called Miami-Dade PD on that big thing. I'm telling you, there is a large Hispanic gentleman who is irate and threatening physical violence. I do not know if he has a firearm in his bag.
Yep. All I know is that I've
And
been.
I just stayed on the phone with the 911 operator till the people came to pick that big fella up.
Look, and remember, Giselle said at that moment. No, Robin said either drag her, either fight her,
Or shut up or
or
something.
shut. She said, or pipe. She did say shut up, but I'm gonna say shut it down. But then she was like, "We remember I was telling you either if you're going to want to fight her, go ahead and fight her when the cameras are down, but don't do it now." But you
The
got
child, what Robert was doing was trying to instigate a fight because she's another one that feels insecure because she's a big bag of unwashed nothing. So
and where's she at now?
the old self down to her level. You in the gutter by yourself. And it looks like your parents are very accomplished, decent people. You chose to be in the gutter. You chose to lay down with Juan. You chose to be paying bills while he talked to you crazy in your house. You chose to lose that boy money. You chose to sit up here on this show and wasn't even smart enough to keep your job. But you want to bring somebody down to your level. At this point, I need a Yonla to sit down with the cast of both of these shows, all these helpers individually, and just give it to them.
Look, I want all of them to get. If she does, I want her to sit there and be like, "This is your problem."
Yes,
Giselle
they need somebody who's gonna give it to him. Because see, Dr. Jeff don't give it to him straight. He too nice.
Look, he
need
babies them.
Iyanla. We need Iyanla because Iyanla gonna give it to you like blood raw. Blood. That's what they need. They need that blood raw, and that's really what it is. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I feel like if Kenya would voluntarily go to anger management or something, that would do a lot to turn it around. What you think, Too Feisty? You think if she do anger management or something, or agree to do that on the show?
The last time we seen her in therapy, she was doing relationship advice from Dr. Umar.
But we need her to go to anger management with a real therapist. You think that'll help? Like spin the whole thing?
I don't think Kenya got an anger issue. I think I'm sorry.
She's not like Porsha. She's not like Porsha.
Let her tell me why that ain't gonna work.
Because her going to anger management will be yet another stunt. And we'd be like, girl, really, like, you need to sit down for real and evaluate some issues. But I don't think it would help the pivot. I really don't. You know what Kenya needs to do? Kenya needs to be on camera doing some real outreach.
But this is what I'm saying.
Actually be on camera.
What I'm saying, like real therapy, not where she do no performative stuff and cry and blame her mama. Where she really, like, if the cameras are there and we really get to see her take accountability with a therapist, not just come tell us, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Sit down and really explore it and like really be accountable for her actions, her attitude, her character, and just own it. Like I have a problem with going too far. I have a problem with feeling offended and it
how I interact with women.
Right, how I interact with women. I have an issue. I'm constantly comparing myself to other women. Either I need to feel like I'm better than them, or if I feel inferior, or certain things about women may make me feel inferior. Maybe I don't mean to fixate on them, but I do, and then I want to expose their flaws so I can feel better. Like, see her. If we honestly, come on, Too Feisty. If we see her really feel, would that help?
Okay, I'm open to what you're saying. It would I'm looking at it from the point of view of somebody like me who don't care for her. It would help me connect to her. However, I don't see it happening without her blaming her mother.
That's the thing. Because I don't want
to hear work, but she gonna blame her mama. She gonna blame her mama. She gonna blame her mama. And honestly, it's kind of textbook to blame your mama. Well, I have issues with interpersonal relationships with other women because me and my mother never had a relationship. Like it's gonna lead there. It's going to. She gonna blame her mama. She gonna blame her mama or Mark. It's gonna be one or the other or both.
You right. That's why I said real accountability, where you not blaming nobody, you just standing in it. Because I know me. I got, all of us have had issues. We have stuff we have to work through. What we need to blame mama for? You know what I'm saying? I was mean as a rattlesnake. It ain't had nothing to do with my mama.
Look, I was mean as well. When I went to therapy,
not as mean gossip and true crime, baby. Auntie I was spiteful. Oh Lord, Jesus, y'all! I'm telling you, y'all would have been throwing blessed oil at me, prayer cloths and all, mean and spiteful.
Kenya needs to do some real outreach and not no glamorous. I'm gonna throw some type of event for the Atlanta Who's
Yeah,
Who is filmed on show. We dressed up. Like
down
actually
for the
go out
suit.
there and go to these group homes, go to these centers and talk to these young girls. Actually, like be in the streets, dress down in some jeans and a
You know
t-shirt.
what'll be good? Well, if you're looking at it from that angle, what'll be good is to go to like the group homes where the girls with behavioral issues.
Hmm.
That way, maybe she could see some of herself in some of these girls.
Mm-hmm.
She keep
That
talking
would
about
be
being a
good.
single mother. How about you actually do some outreach with some actual single mothers and not the ones who are single mothers on a reality show
But
and who
I
have
think she,
businesses, but single mothers who are like working 2, 3 jobs and they all minimum wage.
but now let me tell
Let's
you
do that.
something. When she was pulling that single mama stuff, am I alone, or did it kind of feel like she was working an angle to try to make people sympathize with her? Because
It was
I'm
an
Oh, you didn't
angle.
see my violin?
talking about, oh, I'm just like you. You ain't just like me, hooker.
Look,
You
you
didn't see
got
my
You like
millions
violins
of
in the
me.
chat?
money.
You
Look,
didn't
this
I
is
you
ain't
didn't
how
see
never
I
my
had
feel.
a
violins
Though.
in the
fake
chat?
marriage and raising no small baby without a husband. I ain't never did that. So you are not just like me. And there's a whole lot of us women that ain't just like you. See, this right here
Traveling
is
with a nanny.
more of that thank you and traveling with a nanny. That's some more of that anti-black bull crap that Kenya does. You know your
Spending
demographic
birthdays in
is
France.
mainly black women. So oh, I'm just like you. Oh, you a lie. You's a
Look,
whole lie, baby. You ain't nothing like me. I raised my children. I didn't need a nanny. That's number one. I ain't never been single with no little baby on my hip. I don't know what that feel like. I ain't never had a fake marriage. I was married in earnest
mhm.
before I went laying down with anybody's son, popping out chilling like a Pez dispenser. So no, you ain't nothing like me. And it's a whole lot of black women who are not single mamas. It's a whole lot of black women that ain't in your position. But that's what she was going with. She wasn't even talking about the
It was
nanny part.
buzzwords.
It was like, oh, I'm just like you. Identify with me. Take my side. See, I'm a baby mama. No, hooker. You ain't
No.
like me. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No.
And it doesn't have anything to do with the situation at hand. You know, I have my
At all.
thoughts on her business.
That's
I
what I
have
was
my
like.
thoughts
Why
on her
is she
business
bringing her
model.
into it? What is she
Yeah,
saying?
Look, this
I've
is
had my opinions and stuff on her business and how I don't think it's been a good idea. I think just the inception, the idea of opening a salon, spa, whatever, is not a good idea to me. And her execution of things, her even going into the hair care business. But separate from that, I think whatever business decisions that you made and how you've self-funded these projects has absolutely nothing to do with the task at hand. Um, you have the capital to invest in a business. There are people who don't. So no, you're not
Right.
just like them. You're not.
Mm-mm. But what she was doing was trying to pluck out one thing to get
Hmm.
people to identify with her, to kind of like trauma bond with her. I didn't think that was cool. I felt
I
like that
don't
was
get
extreme.
I don't
I
get
felt
child
like that was
support.
extreme. I felt like that was extremely manipulative. I don't get child support. I'm just like you. Girl, do you realize everybody doesn't have a deadbeat baby daddy? Like, do you realize everybody doesn't have a baby daddy? Like, everybody is not like you. And to think
Yep.
that because your audience is black women, that you're going to use buzzwords like, I got to take care of my kids on my own. I don't get child support. I'm just like you. I'm a single mother. I felt like it was disingenuous and I felt like it was manipulative. And I was honestly sitting there like, Kenya, what are you doing? Honestly, I was like, what is this? Which, you know? And honestly, and I feel you too, Feisty, on her business plan, but I honestly felt like it was a good base idea. I think she didn't execute it well, and I think it's because she underestimated what really goes into it because she doesn't know that much about hair. I think the fact that she has, hey Miss Aware, I think the fact that she has a hair care brand and that you gotten on the shelves in Sally, you gotten on the shelves on Walmart and in CVS, I think it's great. Paul Mitchell makes products. He has a salon. I think you can have a salon, but I think that what she should have done was invest the time. Go get your cosmetology license. You ain't got to do hair, but go get the education. Go actually put the hours in so that you understand more about hair theory, color theory, chemicals, that type of thing. Learn that you actually know. You know what I'm saying? The business you're going into. I never think it's a good idea to go into a business where you have minimal knowledge. Like, you ain't got to be an expert. I ain't saying you got to be, the nutty professor at it or something. But get the knowledge, do the knowledge on it. So that way, when you are bringing in cosmetologists, you know what you're looking for. You can talk that talk with them. Find out, like, okay, I'm hiring you. Are you a color specialist? How are you with color theory? Like, let me see what you do. Like, are you like, are you better as a stylist? Like, because everybody can't do a haircut. You know what I'm saying? You don't make decisions on whether you're going to strictly do black hair or whether you're going to have a shop that caters to everybody, and understanding the different types of hair. Like, it's so much that Kenya clearly does not know.
I
You
and
know what I'm
and
saying?
I
And I feel like, all I'm saying, and I'm gonna give it to you.
that's
All I'm
okay.
saying is, I feel like it was a wonderful idea in theory, but I think she lost it on execution because of her ego. Rather than acknowledging the deficit in her knowledge base and fixing that first, I think she jumped in and overestimated herself, and ultimately it didn't help her. It didn't favor her. But go ahead, Too Feisty.
At its foundation, Kenya going into hair care, we have to remember that since she came on this show, Kenya used her looks, specifically her hair, to shame other Black women,
It's
by
true.
comparing hers to others. And
Yeah.
she decided, oh, well, since I have long hair, obviously a hair care brand will work. Nobody knows hair when even down to the chemical compounds, nobody knows hair like a Black woman because it's been such
Well,
a
that's not
vital
always
part of
true.
our.
It's a lot of
I'll say
sisters
this.
don't know nothing about hair care. That's why
No,
if
there
we
are
gonna tell
some,
the truth, it's
there are
a
some,
lot of
but
our
when
sisters,
it comes to
a
spending,
lot don't know
when it
nothing,
comes to
and that's
spending
why
our
they
money
bald
and
head.
doing hair and getting our hair done, oh, we become knowledgeable, especially since the natural hair movement of the 2000s, 2010s. So at its core, she never really had a strong knowledge
We
base.
I would
She
say
just figured, oh, well, I could transition
we
into it.
know more than we know more than we used to know. But I can tell you just from stuff I hear people say, and I used to be a cause too. P.S. They don't really know that much. They don't. They really don't. They know far more than they used to, but they don't know that much. I'm telling you, that's why you keep seeing people with all this damaged hair, these raggedy ends, the poppage, the breakage. We do a lot of trendy stuff. That's
We
fine.
do.
I'm cool with it. My issue with Kenya is not about what her customers would know, is the fact that if you're gonna go into a business, you need to know everything about it.
And
Everything
she
that you
doesn't.
can know within reason. And I'm
And
with you
even
on
now,
the
she's
fact that
relying on
she felt
someone else.
right. And she felt like, because I got long hair, I can just sell hair care. That's a nice
No.
thought. Like, if you really loved your hair and you're in love with your hair and you like to do things to your hair and find what works for you, that's cool. That's a nice place to start. Everybody got to start from something, right? But once you get in the door with that, like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is something I'm passionate about. I absolutely love my hair. Um, Thank you. Thank you, Nisha. Nisha said licensed stylist, almost 20 years. She should have definitely had counsel with an experienced licensed professional.
In an
That's
oversaturated
not a field
market.
to just jump in. You know what, Nisha? I don't think she should have just counseled. I think she should have taken her time and done the hours, gone to cosmetology school. I feel like getting educated on a topic that you claim to care so much about, that should not be a sacrifice. That should have been something you were happy to do. It's just
In an
like back in the
oversaturated
day.
market. Hmm.
Well, the thing is, it can never be oversaturated. There's too many Black women, and we love to get our hair done too much. We are some vain heifers, if I ever seen any. And thank God for it.
Specifically
We look
with
good.
celebrity
But
hair care lines. Specifically with celebrity hair care lines.
but
They all are
this
selling the same thing.
but they're not. Just look into what they're offering. They're offering it can't be oversaturated, because if it was oversaturated, they wouldn't be making their money. If it was oversaturated, she would not have been able to sell well enough to get on the shelves in those national chains. That is not a small feat. So we can't downplay what she's been able to do. So you were able to sell enough. I know ladies that come in here. My sister Queen Lily loved to come in here, and she made it clear she uses her products. She loves them. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about Black women, because we are all so different, we're not a monolith at all, not when it comes to anything. There's no two of us that are alike. What works for your hair might not work for mine. So it could never be oversaturated. You could have two celebrities that sell stuff, and you try both of them and neither one of them work, but you go try this one and it works great. You know what I'm saying? So that was never my issue with her. My issue is go and get the education. Period. Because by the time you move from hair care products, because you can hire a professional, you can hire a scientist, you can test out stuff and check stuff, and hey, this works great, this is what I want to sell, no problem. But when you start talking about an actual salon, there's more to it than just a wash and a set and put you out the door. You need to actually know hair. And when it comes to Black women's hair, you need to really know hair, because we have so many different variables that are not even just in the textbook. So I think that by her being arrogant and egotistical, she truly underestimated it. And she did not do the foundation work. She just walked in.
I'll take it a step further. I don't think she just needed to know hair. She needed to know the business. I think there should have been an aspect. See, Kenya was so focused on opening a spa, opening a salon, and making that part of her storyline. I know that probably would make her grit her teeth, but that season where Phaedra was over there going to the funeral parlor, going to mortuary school to get that license and stuff, that should have been her actual storyline. She needed to learn the business, because if you are hiring someone and you're putting all of your eggs in their basket to manage the business aspect of your salon, because you don't do hair and you don't have a history in cosmetology, what happens when that lady don't want to work for you no more? What happens if she want to work on her own? What happens if she want to leave the field? What happens if she ain't able to work no more?
And not only that, not only that, lady, you don't even know who you need to hire, because you don't know what they need to know.
Yes.
And it's because
she needs to know the business.
It's like you did not do the knowledge base. You didn't go get your knowledge base. You just didn't. She skipped steps. And you simply cannot skip steps. Okay? And so the bottom line is, when you start skipping steps,
yes,
you are bound to fail. And that's when I'm looking at Kenya like, baby, you did good with the products. Was this she was obviously passionate about the products, because she's done well with them. So that's why I say, y'all know me, I believe in playing it fair, calling it down the middle, and let's not lie on nobody. She did wonderfully well with her products, and I pray that she continues to do well. Okay.
And I think the time is well too. I don't think it's been enough time.
But this is my thing. She was passionate about it, so she did what she needed to do. I think with this spa, I don't think this was really her passion. I don't. Because if it was, you're not going to tell me that you would not have gone and gotten the knowledge base. I sat there like y'all, like all the rest of us on this live she did this evening, and heard her say out of her own two lips, I did not know how much money I was going to sink into this. Meaning, you didn't even have a solid business plan, baby. You hadn't done any market research, any research on other salons. You didn't sit down with anybody who was a salon owner. You didn't call Dwight Eubanks. I'm sure Dwight would have looked out and said, hey, this is what you're going to need. The state of Georgia, you need this, you need this, you need this. You want to do that, Kenya, that sounds great, but this is going to require this. The equipment is going to cost this. You're going to have this in order to have somebody operate it. Like, they really could have helped her, but I feel like this was not a passion. It was a good idea, but I don't think it was really her passion, because she did not go about it the right way. She skipped all kind of steps. The lack of cosmetology knowledge, understanding base, not there. knowing how to run the business, what it actually means to run a salon, no idea. She admitted it herself. So she ended up out of pocket more than she planned on. All of this,
Well,
she skipped 100 steps.
it's quite possible that the final goal, what we think is the final goal, and what her final goal is not the same. It's possible that her final goal was to get a spinoff series. Just like I think Candy's final goal ultimately was not to create a good restaurant, but to get a show centered around her restaurant.
Well, I think Candy wanted that restaurant. I think she wanted it to be just what it is. It is a tourist spot. And she has created an excellent tourist spot. People go over there, even though they know the food is bad and you might get shot. Now, that is a good business plan.
Long lines and terrible customer service, but yeah.
And
We
you need
think we wanted
and
a
you need
Michelin star restaurant. No, she wanted a space that somebody
she
was gonna
wanted
come
a
in there no matter what.
she wanted a tourist location and she got it.
Yes.
And guess what? I don't have a problem with that.
And I think that might be the same for Kenya. It may not be a tourist spot, but we may think that she wants some type of reputable, top-notch hair salon where you can go and get your wig whipped, and she may just
I
possibly
don't
want a tourist spot. She
I
may just
think
want a
that
location for a spinoff series or whatever.
well, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't think she wanted, the top of the line, top notch, whatever. I think she wanted a lucrative business because nobody invests their money to walk away not getting their money back. Let's
True.
be honest.
I
And
have
and Sabra, I see what you're saying, but it's actually ammonia thioglycolate. It's not just thioglycolate, dear. And you need to understand more than ammonia thiol, sodium and potassium hydroxides and acid perms. You need to know more than just chemical theory. You need to know hair theory. You need to know the difference in the scalp and the hair texture. You need to understand so much about nutrition. There's a lot that you need to know. And she needs to go to school and get the knowledge base. I do think she wants a lucrative business. I don't know anybody in their right mind who invests that kind of money who does not want a return on the investment. And at the rate she's going, she may not get her money back. And y'all know how I feel about that. I want you to get your money back. There's a child at the house. That's all I'm saying. Get your money back. That's why I said, if she don't want to run it, she don't have a passion for it, turn it into a spot for all the celebrity stylists or the people that do the rap girls, the influencer girls, that they can come in there, use your spot 24 hours. She could make it like a club, like an elite club. Like if you got the key, you can come in anytime, day or night, and you could do lash extensions, hair, whatever, yada yada yada. They could pay her to use her spot since everything is up to code already. Everything is licensed. You got all of your certifications on the wall. Do that. Like that could be a whole posh type thing. You know what I'm saying? When Arrogant Tay and them come to town, oh, I got a key to more hair, honey. Meet me over at more hair. Here's the address. We're gonna go in the back. I got the studio room or whatever. She could turn it into that and still generate the money and get her money back. That's all I'm saying. Get your money back. Because Candy got her tourist location, baby. The money she put in, she got her money back. She got Bravo money back. She got people coming to complain about her dry chicken, dirty water, and paid ice cubes. They come there just so they can complain about the paid parking. They come to complain and talk trash and hope they get to see her aunties. She did hers. In the words of RuPaul, she done already had hers. So when you gonna get yours?
You got a point.
You put all this money into it, according to you, and I believe that part. What you gonna do? And then you silly enough to show your behind over there at this place. So now, even if you manage to keep your job by the hair, your chinny chin chin, them people is never gonna film over there no more.
Mm-hmm.
Problem? How you gonna get your money back?
But and she also ruined her store's reputation.
Well, don't nobody care about that, baby. That's Atlanta. Can we be honest?
Look, I live an hour from Atlanta, so I feel.
I'm just saying, we don't,
I know.
I went to school in Atlanta. Now, can we tell the truth? Them
Yeah,
people don't
Atlanta.
care
Look, I
about
just say no one cares about Atlanta. Even I don't even care for Atlanta. I
I'm
live
just
here.
saying, Atlanta people don't care about reputation like that. You know that. I know that, and the Lord know that.
Yeah.
I'm not worrying about no reputation. I'm talking about how do you get them people in the door? Now you can't even put it on the show. Sabra, why are you telling me about Georgia's cars license requirements?
Hmm.
Like, are you saying Kenya can't afford to go to cars school? Like, is that what you like? What are you saying?
Uh, I don't know what she's talking about.
Maybe she can, like, her next comment, she can explain why she's telling us that, because I don't understand. But I just, like I said, my attitude about it, she did what she did. You cannot unring a bell. Don't know how she gonna pivot with the show. I hope it works out. But in reality, I want to see her pivot. But more than anything, after hearing her say she sank more money in than she meant to, I want to see her get her money back. Now, that's just me being real as I know how to be. Get your money back. You up here telling us this man ain't helping you pay for this baby. Get your money back. Nisha say the new stylists don't have to learn as much as we did. That's true. I heard that. We had to learn bones in the head. Sure did. I remember that. I remember that. So I don't know. I don't know what she gonna do. Y'all got any final thoughts before I let y'all go? We done been up in here talking for almost 3.5 hours. Too feisty.
Look,
Final thoughts on Kenya, her live video, anything we talked
I
about.
I ain't really watched this show since Nene left. I watched clips here and there, watched a few episodes here and there,
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna give Sweet 16 a chance just for nostalgic sake, but I'm very discouraged from watching it now. I'm not gonna lie, because it just seemed like I just don't think it's
Me.
as difficult to put this show together as it is, and I don't blame just the cast. I blame production as well too. Um,
I
some of
agree.
these stunts just didn't need to take place, and like I said, I think a lot of this stuff that happened is because these girls are caving under pressure, and it's coming from. I mean, they've been lazily producing Atlanta for years. It's not just the cast fault. So I put the blame across the board. And if this is what they have to offer, I might be watching Walker Texas Ranger
Oh,
on
I love Walker.
Sundays.
My mama used to like Walker, Texas Ranger.
Listen, I'll be right up on the Peacock watching Walker, so I might. That's why I might
Mm-hmm.
be on Sundays, and then like I
Okay.
always do, come watch the reviews and jump in the chat talking like I know what's going on.
True. Okay, gossip news. What's your final thoughts?
child, I don't think I'm gonna say it like this. Kenya then Kenya and got herself stuck between a rock and a hard place.
She did. She
I
did.
think at this point she done screwed herself long enough that either she's gonna get kicked off the show or she then flush any opportunity of her reputation down the drain. I know people in Atlanta don't care about that. Luckily, I live far away from Atlanta. I ain't worried about that. But I think she's gonna need to do a lot to like fix this to
Yeah.
solve this situation.
Yeah. I could
She
see it.
needs to she needs to go do some soul searching and go to therapy and
Yep.
work.
Yep. I agree. Well,
And you know, I
y'all,
can't
thank
help but
y'all.
think about what you
Oh,
said, Sinitra. It might be
mhm.
time for her to figure out a way to market and promote her business without the help of this show. Millions of
Mm-hmm.
people are doing it across the country. You don't need this show to have a successful business. You just need to figure out a way to do that. That's
Yes,
my
That's right.
cause
final thought.
yes,
I
I agree.
thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. This is so much fun. And
You're
Yay.
then I
welcome.
feel like y'all really is in the house with me, and we sitting up talking. The only thing I couldn't do was offer y'all a drink. For
Hey,
Yeah, we
look,
had to go inside because
I got me some wine in my refrigerator. I'm gonna go get it.
listen,
okay.
it's been raining, Sinitra, so we ain't been outside because there's mosquitoes out there, all that
Oh
wood
yeah,
It's
we'll
chipping.
blame
mosquito.
the mosquitoes,
Look,
baby.
it
They'll
was
toast you off.
mosquitoes. It was 98 degrees out here.
Wow. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Too Feisty. Thank you, Bedside BK. Thank you, Gossip News. Thank you, JT. Thank you, Sabra. Everybody who came up to holler at us. Even Andrew Mack, he hit it and left and didn't come back. But thank all of y'all. I
You're
appreciate y'all
welcome.
for hanging out with me. It's really felt like family. Hey, Tammy. Tammy say
Yay.
bye, Nitra. Bye, girl. Well, listen,
Good
I
night,
appreciate
guys.
I'm gonna drop y'all down and go ahead and close out. I appreciate y'all. I love
Night.
hanging with me. Thank you, Gossip News. So look, y'all. You ain't got to go to bed because it's only 10 o'clock on a Friday night, and I know some of y'all want to run the streets, and I want you to do just that. But I will have to ask that you do so safely. No drinking or driving, no buzz driving, no drunk driving. If you feel yourself lean, please call an Uber or a Lyft. If you don't have it, please reach out to me or one of the other ladies in the royal family, or a cousin or a friend of yours, or somebody, because honey, we do not want to see you in the funny papers, okay? All my contact information is there. I'm not bluffing. I'm not joking. If you feel yourself lean and you can't get nobody you know on the phone, please reach out to me, Instagram, email, or whatever, because I'd rather pay for an Uber than to hear you in the funny papers, okay? I don't want you in the headlines. So y'all have a wonderful evening. You know what time it is. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, please make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every time we go live on this good channel, on this porch, okay? Subscribe if you're not subscribed, because you know we happy to have you here. Also, if you want to join channel membership and put your crown by your name on the top of your head, there's a join button beneath the video, as well as a membership link in the description box. Also in the description box is the link to our Royal Family merchandise store, so you can get your crown gear in classic black and gold or our emerald crown designs. Not only that, we got the link for our Amazon storefront so we can all shop together, and my Amazon wish list in case you want to send me some snacks, goodies, whatnots, and what have you. I appreciate all and everything. Thank you for everybody who supported the stream. I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. All right. So in the meanwhile, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Be sweet. Say your prayers. Good night if you're going to bed. And remember, in case no one else tells you, God loves you. I love you. And there's really nothing you can do about it. Talk to you later. Bye.